love Guilty Gear, and if you're looking on screen, I'm loving the matchup we're going to see. That's looking like a Sin hopping up against the ScaryEsquire Millia. So we'll see, hopefully, some DPs, hopefully.
Maybe a DP or two.
Maybe. Perhaps.
So instead of Duel 1.
Alright, getting started in our first match of the Jeekly 87, again presented by Arc System Works. We got Bloom to Death representing that Sin Kisuke coming up against ScaryEsquire. Definitely, I said this before the match as well, but definitely very high APM Millia. We'll have to see if Bloom to Death is able to lock down the Pixie here, really implement that Fly Swatter, and oh me, oh my. Couple of quick interactions, and we use that Tyrant Barrel to secure a fair amount of damage. And honestly, if we had a bit more stamina, that was the round, and it was that indeed.
I mean, in a lot of these situations with a character like Sin, as soon as you get that one wall break, as soon as you're able to start recurring those resources, you can kind of switch them out for the stamina. But going into the Bad Moon here, big burst coming out of Bloom, trying to take space, trying to use those big normals, but what a throw though. Gonna get some mix started, goes for the Turbo Fall cross up, knows that it's fake, able to get out of the corner, nice trade, goes in for the Capel, gets another throw reset. We've seen how they've reacted before, the Turbo Fall. What a nice 2P though by Bloom, throwing out these big buttons, but Scary able to get a nice little conversion, ends the round with the 2H, had something planned there, but going into the next round here, Scary does have the resource lead.
Yeah, and I mean, ScaryEsquire definitely, again, as we're seeing now, very high APM, very, I want to say, scrambly playstyle, right? We saw a lot of buttons just start whiffing on the side of Bloom to Death. So maybe just needs to take a second, maybe slow down that play a little bit to really catch ScaryEsquire lacking. Right now, we're stuck in that corner against the Millia. We have that 50 on the line, so we can go ahead and go for that, Septum Voices. But the nice burst out from Bloom to Death, going to render all that meter meaningless. The ScaryEsquire with a nice counter hit. JS, hopefully looking to seal the deal.
Oh yeah, getting a big knockdown here. Turbo Fall goes on the left side. BRC gonna come out. PRC in return, changing those resources, getting that catch on that backdash with the JH. ScaryEsquire able to kind of rein it in after that first round where Bloom was able to get that positive momentum going, get the positive bonus on their side, kind of use those big guard crush situations to force Scary to guess on their situations. But Bloom, you got 2 more games in you, 3 more if you end up winning from here. So it's definitely not over yet. Just got to give yourself a chance to calm down and think. And I think that you mentioned something about that at the end of the round, Matty.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta slow down a little bit, play a little bit calm, see if we can really lock this Millia down. Of course, head.
They cannot change. Duel 1. Let's rock. Slap. Duel 2. Let's rock.
Late ScaryEsquire trying to return back to that advantageous position. We do find that hard knockdown, trying to set up that H disc. No block on the YRC, giving Bloom to Death a chance to fight our way out.
I mean, now going in here for the tick throw setup off of that close slash, able to get the big overhead, has the follow up, big damage there. Bloom down around, but able to get something coming back, able to get some of those resources on their side. A big IND back, JH, not able to get the follow-up, trying to bait that burst. Now, You gotta let things happen here, as you were talking about. High APM Millia gameplay. Gets a big chase down. 5H gonna let the combo go. Trying to get something started here. Has the follow-up, but no combo. Doesn't want to use the meter. Gets a big hit here. So much left on the table. You got positive bonus. You got the burst. ScaryEsquire isn't dead until they're out of it.
Oh me, oh my, burst coming out, trying to secure the last hit we need. We do have that 100 meter on deck. We can RTL RC just to make sure we are staying safe. But nice cross up. Bloom to death, maybe looking for a crosscut, doesn't find it. Nice YRC fighting our way out. Now Scary with the 100 meter finds the throw, finds the RC, and this should wrap it up. ScaryEsquire sitting at a very clean 2-0 lead. I mean, bit of a nail biter. That last round definitely could go either way. Of course, you know, Bloom to death, still not out of it.
Oh, still not out of it. Definitely had a chance to win it there, but sometimes against these characters like Millia, they can just snowball these knockdown situations, kind of make it hard for you to interact with those Capels, with those Turbo Falls, kind of obfuscate how they move. It can be very hard to secure that situation and not let that snowball happen, but you gotta stay in it. You might be down 2 games, but a 3-0 is not impossible. People do it all the time. It's just a matter of trying to get things on your side, trying to get those right hits when you can. And right now we're going back into neutral. 2K, the 2D ends up whipping though. Has the throw, going for some mix. The Turbo Fall Oki does end up working, has the burst out. Doesn't want to give that positive bonus to Scary because we've seen how strong they can be with it. But nice big counter hit, has to use the burst. Both of them trading out their resources as soon as possible. Turbo Fall mix gonna happen once again, and the strike throw is so lethal when you have a character that's able to do these strikes so rapidly. Gets a 2K 2D, goes for the S disc though, doesn't use the meter on the other side of the wall.
And it's A-okay, we had the meter to spend, just goes for that trade. ScaryEsquire on set point, unfortunately doesn't have that burst online. Bloom to death might be able to take this game back if we are able to secure a lead quick enough, but unfortunately not looking that way. ScaryEsquire hitting us with that Turbo Fall cross up. We do have that 50, gonna break the wall. No! Wall health maybe a little lower than we were anticipating. Goes for that second hit of 6H, gonna break the wall instead. Nice close slash on that good old Mirage. Bloom to death not out of it just yet. Burst no longer online for ScaryEsquire. We are going to be able to get that advantage flowing. Do have that 50 meter, do have to watch out for a gap or a YRC just like that.
Going in here, big burst coming out from Bloom to death, trying to get something started, trying to survive in these last minutes, find any kind of space possible. FD's coming out, the highs, the low, the lefts, the rights, the strikes, the throws, gonna be able to close it out for Scary with a nice 3-0. Good job to both of our competitors, you know. So let's now make the video. Okay.
All right.
Coming into this next match, we have Falke on the Slayer. Not exactly who I thought they were going to be on. I heard some rumors that they were on Baiken here recently, but then we have McSmitty, you know, the returning Axel champ. I've seen them and had to play them a good amount of times. Going ahead and using that burst. Tornado getting over it, trying to get something started. Gonna get to see the pile bunker loop. Close slash 2H. What kind of ender are we gonna go for? Goes for the reset, tries to go for the Kara Dany, but it doesn't end up working out. Goes for the backdash, BRC to slow down time, trying to get some approach. The JK2D gonna end up letting us seal it quick with that Slayer damage.
Yo, Falke just making quick work of it. McSmitty immediately in the corner again, eats a close slash, but unfortunately, Pile Bunker goes wide, letting McSmitty just kind of stay in that corner, not get wall broken just yet. Deciding to go for the RC, maybe a bit more damage there. Of course, no hard knockdown, but we still got that positive. McSmitty though, gonna be able to call out the Pile Bunker on block. We still have a chance. Goes for the nice 2K, 6K routing. Gonna be able to get a nice wall break. We do have that 50 meters, so we can play very safe. Goes for that BRC forward. Nice BRC of ourselves to call out that 2S Falke with a very clean first game. Sits in the, in the driver's seat of the set. McSmitty, I mean, just gotta get a lock on how to deal with the Slayer's movement. Falke has just been able to thread that needle every time so far.
You know, and as a Slayer player myself for this matchup, I can kind of see why you would want to pick Slayer into Axel. Just a really strong ability to deal with these preemptive buttons, with these preemptive kind of strikes in neutral that Axel kind of has to do. He's kind of got to react and try to predict in a lot of situations how you're going to approach, and I think we're seeing Falke take advantage of that. The McSmitty, not to be outdone, showing what they got in the tank. The 2K pickup off of the Axel Bomber, gonna let us get some damage in. Has the 5P anti-air, going for this 2H, trying to get something started, able to get the Hand of Doom on the wall, gonna pick up for the loop. Only one rep though, gonna break the wall with that 6P though. Not exactly a combo extender like it was in older games.
Yeah, and I mean, I was seeing a lot of red combo extender or not. Such amazing damage coming out from Falke, forcing McSmitty. You know, he can't risk too much here, going for that rainwater just to retreat. Falke, though, not out just yet, but McSmitty with a nice close slash 2H, gonna seal the deal. Still in this, you know, still trying to, you know, maybe getting a little bit of a download on the movement. Of course, nice trade combo as well. Slayer not able to lock Axel down just yet. We are still just pushing Falke back. Unfortunate backdash gets caught by that rainwater. You do have to be really careful, at least when dealing with rainwater. You either have to kind of back up a little bit or catch the landing, or just kind of hard call it out in the middle because you can't really backdash. It's really risky.
And having to go here, McSmitty kind of showing that they got locked down to this matchup. Full screen presence and putting that game on the board, doing some great things to kind of call out how Falke is moving with those dash jump cancels, trying to get and establish such a strong game plan. But going into this next game here, I think Falke has some stuff on the table. You didn't win that first game without trying, or for nothing in fact, so McSmitty may have to adapt once again.
Duel 1.
We'll see. We definitely have, I mean, we have games tied up. We definitely have the time to really adapt to what Falke is going to be wanting to do. Okay, goes for that uncharged tornado, decides to disengage. Nice counter hit. We're still just keeping the Slayer locked down. No, we don't react to that good old command to grab. Goes to the time stop, but already wall broken, so just a little bit more damage.
These hits are coming at such an odd angle where you gotta kind of be so careful with how you try to convert. You can't auto route into your best confirms, and I think McSmitty is showing a great amount of due diligence in that, going for the anti-air on that approach. Getting out of the corner, goes for the cross-up flow, gets the 2K conversion, able to get that tumble. Now breaking the wall with Rinsen, saving that meter. Gonna try and let us get another situation going. Another 2K 2D charge Tornado Oki. Charge Tornado Oki once again. The BRC route gonna come in handy, breaking the wall and putting themselves up in the set count 2-1.
I mean, I think that's all we needed was that first game. Again, it's the data round, right? You take that little bit of time, and maybe you lose the game, maybe you win it, but regardless, you take it, get some data, see how your opponent's going to act. And then again, we saw that just a lot of those quick options, just run, I mean, run up 2D after that tornado, just 2K, 5K, right? A lot of those quick buttons, and of course that counter hit 5K, locking out that round, putting us up 2-1. Falke maybe playing a bit too active. We'll have to see if Falke is able to maybe step it down a bit, you know, kind of look for those right moments to really, you know, just what do you want? Is 1 to 100, right? You want to find those really explosive moments.
You know, with Slayer being such an explosive character, you would think that he would really reward just getting in and being aggressive all the time. But in matchups like this, you are right, Matty. You have to play patient. It's a game of inches and trying to use your tools to punish and get these big hits whenever you can. Not so much trying to force them, like right now, getting a big far slash counter hit, but it doesn't end up working. We got the burst on the side of McSmitty. These IID back JHs are doing such a good job for them though, and allowing us to continue these combos. 5K, Link gonna break the wall. Now we're on Falke's terms. 50 meter, big 2H, gets the bunker loop. We're gonna see a lot of red here, Medi.
Oh, and we find a nice reset. Let's go. Nice cross up to seal it out. That was tricky. I got hit. Not gonna lie. That was nasty.
I don't know if that was digital or not. That was crazy. Hold on.
But it's A-okay, McSmitty. I mean, set's not tied up just yet. It's only the first round. Goes for the anti-air there. Ends up working out for us. McSmitty a little bit locked down, forced to spend that YRC. And I'm loving this BRC expenditure from Falke, using it to kind of slow down the Axel's options, and we find a 2H. We do that 50 meter, but it's gonna barely not be enough. One more interaction will seal the deal. 1 HP in a dream. Falke about to tie it up. We have some plus frames. Goes for the double cross up and the ye old Slayer classic to tie up the set. We're looking at a game of 5 Axel Slayer.
Yeah, and you gotta love it. Me personally, I'm having a field day over here watching Falke kind of just force their way in, try to think about things a little bit more methodically, use these plus frames to their advantage, and honestly, it's great. It's amazing to see what they can do. And now, going into game 5, you know, on stream, winners round number 2, trying to get closer to that, further into the bracket, and you know, it can be hard. It can be really hard to quell the nerves in this kind of situation. r/slash gonna come out. One of Slayer's better rounds starts the throw, though. McSmitty gonna enforce that pressure, knowing that Slayer's defense is kind of lacking. Gets the cross up, has to go for a 2S. What a great call out there. Has the bunker, able to go for another different extension, and now you're exactly where Axel wants you to be. After that burst range, back at full screen, goes for the cross up low, gets the conversion, has the meter to spin, but oh no, the room ends up disconnecting. It happens to the best of us. Well, you know, you got one game separating you from that winner's side. You know, being in loser side isn't that bad. It can be kind of frustrating, but in this instance, going in here, how are we gonna start? Big 5K. Both these players playing it way more patient than before. Rainwater gonna catch the Mappa hunch, and now you're kind of stuck in these plus frames. Charge Tornado gonna jump right into it, wants to use that burst, doesn't want to get caught in, and we've seen this situation before. Goes for the JH, gets another Charge Tornado situation. You know, for a zoner, we have some insanely good pressure coming off of this. These plus frames can be so hard to manage, but a big 2K gets the cross up on the counter hit, but has to force to go into the corner. JD frame kill gonna allow us to get a good bite in, getting the burst out, getting the JK. JD has to use the YRC, goes to try and jump over it, but realizes you can't and gets chipped out in the process.
Yeah, just didn't hold that FD for long enough. Goes for a 2H, but really aggressive round start coming here from McSmitty. If Axel is wrong, it could spell doom, especially in this matchup, right? Where it's once Slayer's on, it's really hard. It feels like it's really hard to get his pressure just off of you, just get out of that corner kind of situation. But of course, McSmitty not in there just yet. We are, I was gonna say, maybe getting a little bit of pile bunker loops. Unfortunately, routing doesn't favor us in that way. But oh, nice jump over on the 2H. So definitely a low hitbox.
Oh yeah. So aware of these plus frames and minus frames too, and understanding how they work, but the burst, what a YRC up though, able to get us back into this, getting some pressure onto McSmitty, using that burst. Rainwater gonna be plus here. We got 50 meter in the tank. Can we do it? No, not able to pick up though. The Charge Tornado gonna let us do some great things in the jump over with the JK. Final game, final round to see who goes forward in this bracket. Gonna go for the K Dany into the pile bunker. Having to do some high-low things here. Some shenanigans coming out from Falke. Big low, trying just to get in, but McSmitty understanding every approach and from every angle. The JK coming out. Rinson gonna come out, goes for the overhead. 2K 2D, Charge Tornado, you're in the corner. Things aren't looking that great. Rainwater coming out. Do we get another Axel Bomber? Yes, we do. Big wall break.
Of course, you can check that out with exclamation point Izumi in the chat as we get into our next game. We, of course, have, I believe it's the Red Mist coming up against Kensei. It's gonna be definitely interesting to see as we, I mean, a little bit of a chimera.
Along with a little cheeky fundamental mirror, getting this charge sun edge pressure started. The BRC coming up. Davi being able to get the back throw. Kensei able to get something started. Gotta go for that stagger pressure. Sometimes you gotta see what your opponent's willing to bite on. Big anti-air with that close slash there. Gonna be able to get a 2K 6H. Not getting the combo though. Having to go for a reset. And look at the patience from both these players. BRC down to get the big link here from the 2K. Able to break the wall, get that shock stayed on, apply that pressure post wall break.
Yeah, health total's looking a little bit even here. And yeah, sometimes you just gotta send it. You know, that little bit of stun dipper, especially with that meter kind of reaching that 50. Hopefully you have the ability to RC that later on, but that's gonna be the Red Mist taking the first round here. playing very strong, just locking Kensei down, not really allowing Kensei to do a little bit of those Kai shenanigans, though I am hoping to see a little bit of a 5K RTL confirmed that Kensei's definitely known for.
Oh yeah, 100%. We've seen them do it so many times in the past. Able to get things going. Red Mist though, able to get that hard knockdown using that H stun edge pressure. Able to get that 6S into the link here. Gonna try and get that wall break, and now you're back inside of neutral. Poking from a range, Kensei kind of has to hold down back, respect the pressure, gets the back throw. Old Kyle Peacesuke able to get these wild assault routes, but oh no, doesn't get the drop. Kensei has a little bit of life here, but the 5K so active, able to catch that button, and Zavi able to get the game on the board.
Playing very strong, definitely a very strong start. Gonna start this mirror match shenanigans. Kensei just not able to get really started. Definitely seeing a couple of those, that double wild assault route was going to be enough to seal the deal, but unfortunately it dropped. Wonder maybe gravity was a little bit too high for us.
Yeah, some of these situations, it's so hard to tell if the confirm's going to work until you try it in that instance, but able to try to lock in and get things going on once again.
Duel 1.
Getting started in our second game. What's the round start? You know, sometimes both dash up. Red Mist going to be pressing first, winning the round start here. Gets us locked in the corner with that shock state. Maybe goes for a little bit of a burst bait, doesn't find it, but it's A-okay, able to find the wall break regardless. No shock state applied. I know it is still applied, but unfortunately, it's able to get that wall break with a dire clap. But that's talking about last route. I'm looking at the current one, and that is going to be enough to seal the deal, seal out that round. Kensei on the back foot again.
Oh yeah, and it can be so hard to come back from these positions. The Kensei making it look easy, but what a smart burst from the mist that happens to be red. Going in here, gets a big 6P, not letting that Fudra arc in for free. 5P back to that neutral, gets a big jump in, has the corner switch, able to get us some pressure. OTG gonna allow us to continue into the corner, getting some big hits. That stun edge gonna allow us to get shock state, making the Fudra arc a little less minus. What a nice safe jab though, able to get the wall stick as the burst happens, but not able to kill. One more interaction should do it for us on the side of Red Mist, but Kensei not having it, able to get those plus frames, goes up for the throw, but things don't work out. Able to go to the other side using that orange wild assault to extend, but not able to finish. Now both sides one touch away. Such patient defense, and the Mist is able to close it out there, going up 2-0.
I think we meant to end that route there with a dire clot and just wasn't able to find it. 2H going to end the route maybe prematurely. You're going to see it in the end here. Just go for that 2H. Fortunately, no confirm, no route into that dire clot for the wall break. Letting Red Mist kind of take advantage of that drop to seal the deal, move up 2-0 with that well-played 6B. But of course, Kensei showing a lot more fight, showing a lot more promise as we move into kind of the later half of this set. But I mean, as I live and breathe, the Red Mist already putting us into the corner. Kensei FDing us out very smartly, but let's see if we're able to lock the Red Mist down.
I mean, right there you saw the big stun dipper able to get us that knockdown. Unlike previously, having that tap dust able to break the wall, and you can tell that both these players are really accustomed to these quality of life changements that came with the most recent patch, really helping us out here. Big help coming from that far slash, able to get the counter hit, and look at this routing from Zavi, able to break the wall with the ride, the light.
RT riding the lightning straight through the wall. We got that 100 meters, so we can respond with an RTL of our own, or just a quick jump up over that stun dipper. Definitely a low hitting move, but we can play very explosive now. Maybe go for a little bit of a burst bait, but Red Mist just gonna hold it as, oh no, we're going for the hero burst. We'll have to see if we're putting on the cape. Kensei spending it as well. Okay, nice dodge on that sacred edge. We are able to find that far slash, and that is gonna be Kensei. The round on the board, not out of it just yet. Unfortunately, did have to spend the burst to secure the round. So, I mean, Red Mist, definitely if we're able to secure it a little bit early, we can definitely make sure that burst expenditure hurts.
I mean, footsies of the gods happening right now. Far slash I poke you, far slash I poke you back. Red Mist able to get a big health lead right here, having that H-stun edge pressure. The BRC, the 2K, what a great confirm, using that PRC to cancel the recovery of the DP so they could able to break the wall. Not exactly what I thought was gonna happen there. Now, Red Mist able to put themselves on set point. Kensei battling back, but things look so incredibly hard from this position. The 2P ends up coming out, trying to get some space, trying to poke. JS is gonna land, getting that hard knockdown, able to move a little forward. What a IB on that Dire Clot, one of the bigger defensive points that you need to be able to learn in this matchup, showing great mastery of it. Now we're back in neutral, going for more pressure. Stun state on Kensei right now. The big trade, backdashes to 5K, burst on the side of Red Mist, and now it's just so patient back and forth. Got to use that burst so they don't get closer into the corner. Things are so close. Kensei fighting back, trying their best to make things happen, but the low coming out. The stun dipper gonna get the side switch, has to go for a reset of pressure though.
Yeah, able to RC that stun dipper just quickly enough to stay safe. Life total looking a little low on both sides. Such a nail biter of potentially a last game. One more clean hit will do it for Kensei, but of course, one more clean hit will do it for Red Mist as well. But Kensei with a point on the board. Definitely a very clean end to it. I mean, definitely, I want to say maybe a little scrambly, at least near the end there looking at this, but just well-placed buttons. Kensei just knowing when to press. It's like, okay, I can maybe eat a couple trades, especially at this life total. That's perfectly fine.
Oh yeah, 100%. And you know, both these players try, it seems like every interaction really does matter. If you're getting hit, you're going through the wall, or at least getting put in a hard knockdown situation with that charged stun edge in your face. Kensei fighting back though, able to kind of claw back into this set after being down 2-0, but Red Mist is not having it. Big pokes from that far slash 2P, goes into the tick throw, able to reset the situation low, trying to get that jump out of the corner. Red Mist able to get a big hit, has the RC, goes for the charged stun edge, and Kensei decides to use that burst, use that ability to set them free, and now we're using that burst right back. Big 2K pick up off the tumble state, and now breaking the wall. Positive bonus on the side of Red Mist. One conversion after another. HDP gets the wall break, goes for another DP, and Red Mist is back on set point.
One more round to take it all, but one thing I want to mention before it gets too far is Kensei had definitely shown in the past, right, that we're willing to just, eat those couple little hits of that charged stun edge, and then just, deflection of the last hit, call out the follow-up, and it's been working, and it worked out wonderfully for us in that interaction, so I'm hoping able to see it a little bit more, as no, unfortunately, maybe a sacred edge drop. Red Mist able to escape without the wall break. No positive bonus on the side of Kensei. Now we do have that 100 meter, so we are able to make this hurt, or at least to break the wall with that shock state. One more interaction to seal the deal. Stay alive in the set. Just goes for that safe jab. Able to find a quick little hit, but of course we do have that 50 meter on the side of the Red Mist. 50 meter on the side of Kensei. One more hit to seal it out. It is so close. We find the 2S.
Hey, in these kind of situations, whenever you're playing at this highest stakes in the winner's quarterfinals, you gotta be kind of nervous. And I know that, those 3 IPs.
Oh, that was so clean. Oh,
okay, that's clean. Holy. All right, but getting back to neutral here, poking back and forth. You gotta stay so patient in these situations. What a big counter hit though. Kensei not gonna let it fall. Not gonna be able to, not gonna let this take it by the reins of the hordes, and I'm just saying stuff. But the 2K2D into the RTL, gonna take us to the wall, give Kensei a taste of their own medicine from that wall break.
Yo, we saw that IBs come out. Oh my, what a burst bait to seal the deal. IB on that burst bait as well. But I mean, Kensei saw those IBs, just started, finger wagging like, I saw that. You ain't styling. Going through the wall. No.
You got your clip. You got your 3 IBs in succession. Let me get mine. You got your clip.
Also, I love that 5P check on the Fuja arc just to seal that out, force the burst out to come up from Red Mist. And we're on another game 5 in a row. Such an amazing job by our players here. Kensei definitely coming back from the back foot here, tying up the set after being down, I believe, 2-0. Or is this 0-2?
Oh yeah, it was 2-0 at one point. Red Mist doing such a great job at effectively getting this lead, but Kensei able to fight back, able to get something going. Goes for the JD route extensions with the shock state, but no, not able to get the conversion as we thought. Has to go for the side switch conversion. Red Mist able to get the wall here, goes for the Fudra arc, gets the wall stick, but Kensei does have burst and tension on their side. The only thing that Red Mist has over them is the positive bonus. Might be able to reverse this situation in a bit, but what a Fudra arc to go under the or over the stun dipper. Kensei able to put themselves on set point.
Quite literally a hop, skip, and a jump over to set point as we find that hard knockdown. Goes for the safe jab, and I love that punish on that far slash, just going a quick little low swipe. But of course, Red Mist does have that burst on lock. We did spend the meter to try to bait it out. Doesn't find it. Red Mist still stuck in the corner. We do have that burst, though I'm wondering as we get to that lower life total, if we're going to spend it maybe a little aggressively, get some meter in our hands. We do have that 50 coming up. We have that shock state on deck throw, so you are able to lock Kensei down. Goes for a little bit of plus frames. Kensei, though, one more clean interaction away. We do have that burst. We did spend it, locked down in the corner, but the far slash going to seal the deal. Kensei. Of course, we are headed into our next set. That is Anji and Kai. Hold on, is that Mikesaftig on that Kyle Kisuke? Hold on.
Mankind knew that they cannot change.
Hey, some matchups.
Regardless, heading into our next set here, we got Scissors repping that Anji as usual, but we got Mikesaftig representing the Kai. A little bit of an uncommon pick for the Mikesaftig, but I mean, maybe, honestly, thinking about it, Soul might not actually do too hot into Anji, so I kind of respect it.
I mean, and hey, they're still rocking the Soul colorway, so is it really that different? Is it truly that different for them?
You're spinning.
Able to get a big DP bait, but look at the 2D, able to go underneath the charged stun edge, not letting Mikesaftig get the pressure. Look at this wall-to-wall conversion, though, using the 50, able to break with the JD Scissors, showing a little bit of sauce to start us out here.
Just throwing us through the wall onto the next round. And talking about sauce, one thing that I loved that we were doing here is we saw the charge stun, saw the stun edge come out anyway, and hit that 2D just to make sure we low profiled it, make sure not to get into that shock state. Of course, Mikesaftig still in the game. Just gonna watch out for that 50 meter on the side of Scissors. Of course, you can't play too aggro in the face of that Anji parry. Decides to spend it to be aggressive. Hold on, was that 6B an auto time? Hold on, that's actually sick.
We get the pressure going here, goes for the fans reset, get a little plus frame, goes for the 6H, but no, not able to get something going. The good old back throw, tries to go for the throw again, has the PRC to keep ourselves safe, not letting anything happen, go for the low, tries to go for the back dash, and Scissors just being unrelenting with that pressure. The 2S though on that 6P, able to get the shock state, but no HDP to continue the combo. Another stun edge poking from range, not letting Scissors move. Burst comes back as soon as we get the hit, but Mikesaftig able to make sure the situation's under their control, tying this first game up one apiece.
Spent that burst, wanted that game so bad just to get the first game on the board. Of course, Mikesaftig able to lock it out, and now we're looking at a last round situation where Scissors is really going to have to fight to get that burst back, hopefully secure that positive bonus. We are able to get that RC, but unfortunately the route drops. Mikesaftig able to escape the corner. Nice throw, actually, on the side of Scissors. Life getting a little low on the side of Mike. That burst, though, still looking fairly low on the side of Scissors. We have to play so safe because we do not have an escape option.
I mean, the life lead may be a big difference here, but in a game like Guilty Gear, resource matters just as much, especially in a situation like this. Scissors, a nice IB on that dire clock. What an amazing thing to IB in this situation here. Tries to go for the jump out. Mikesaftig so active on defense, not wanting to get caught. A big RC to bait the burst, and Scissors, while they did build that lead really quickly, able to take this first game here.
Amazing job. You know, showed we didn't even need the burst. In fact, I like yours. I'll take yours, actually. I need that one. Amazing job by Scissors just to secure that first game, put it on the board. just playing really aggro, honestly, not letting Mikesaftig get a chance to really recollect themselves and really, you know, kind of slow it down and play at their pace. Just note, you gotta all foot on the gas. You gotta hit me. I have the life lead, or you're done.
I mean, in these kind of situations, that's exactly the kind of spot you want to be in, especially whenever you're fighting somebody like Mikesaftig, an experienced player, been playing since, I believe, whenever the game first released in tournaments, and now going in here to this Jeekly, putting up a really good fight against one of the better Anji players that I've seen. Able to get this big conversion here, uses the jump, has the meter to break the wall and get a hard knockdown. This pressure after wall break can be so relenting from Anji, and now goes for the BRC back, but what a great 2P to catch out Mikesaftig, trying to mash on that reapproach. Now, but a big far slash, 100 meter on the side of Scissors though. You gotta be careful of that parry. All 30 active frames of it can be so hard. Another point in which they're representing that 2D to get underneath that charged fireball, going for the 6K, establishing some front frames, able to get the close slash counter hit, gonna break the wall with the ride the lightning, but the guts are so high on Anji, there's still a good bit of health left.
The OTG drops, and Scissors, able to take advantage of that, was ready for the drop, securing the round. You see Mike went for that whiff 5K into throw just to deal with the parry. Ended up working out for us, but again, unfortunate drop on the OTG, letting Scissors take that round. No burst on the side of Scissors, but honestly, from what we saw in the first game, I'm not too worried. We were chilling.
Might not need it in this kind of economy, especially whenever you're playing so well, getting these hits, getting these dash cancels, these links and confirms that take us to the wall, gonna be able to break. And we've seen this situation once before. Mikesaftig with a little bit of meter, but Scissors with the positive bonus and the hard knockdown, the 2P to secure the pressure, not letting Mikesaftig get away with anything. Goes for the parry, all 30 active frames gonna send us through the wall, and Scissors goes up in the set 2-1 or 2-0.
Amazing job. Hey, you know, it might be 2-1. You know, Mikesaftig, you might just be predicting it, honestly. Mikesaftig is like learning. It's like Maharaga.
Yeah, gotta have that divine wheel turn a little bit. Just a little bit. It's just look good gear. What great sets we've seen so far. We just
hold on. Is that Leo? Is that the king?
Oh, is that the king?
The king. The first king's gone. Got to bring in the second.
The back turn king, the king of mix. Oh.
Mankind knew that they can.
All right. Coming in to our third game, immediately slams that 2S, finds a counter hit. Sorry. Amazing job, but oh, hold on. We are able to still get a little bit of plus frames from that projectile just because that last hit hadn't hit Anji yet. One thing that as well that might be kind of maybe a big reason that Mikesaftig picked the Leo into this as well is we see that Fujin come out, we might be able, depending on if there's a delay or anything like that, just slam that flash kick and try to escape. But unfortunately, there are situations as well, like right there, where it can just get baited.
Going in here, but getting a nice little side switch though. The back turn H's though just kind of being predicted by Scissors, and we're going for that 2P pressure once again. Maybe scared of that reversal, trying to give themselves a chance to bait, but the back turn H doesn't get denied this time. The back turn S just gonna be mashed, and coming out from Mikesaftig. Take this round, show they got a little bit of fight. Maybe the king's back turn, the king's neutral, gonna come out with that far slash, able to break the wall here, but Scissors uses the burst before that can happen.
Okay, that butterfly finds its mark. Okay, we are able to jump. It goes for that land cancel flash kick. We are able to find it. Guard point not gonna save us this time. Scissors is gonna be sending us through the wall. Nice place, Ko goes for that double JD. Nice routing on the side of Scissors. That burst going to be built back. Maybe in time, we'll have to see if Mike is able to open up Scissors one last time, potentially.
Not able to get the cross up there, though. Having to use the burst in this situation, so little health. Going for that offense with the tap dust, but Scissors sees right through it. 100 meter on the side of Mikesaftig. Couldn't really good. It's out of the equation. A big spin. 2D to get the knockdown. Baits the reversal. Has a little bit of that orange wild assault. We're soaring through the air. Who said air combos? Died with Exert. Able to break the wall with this super. Look at that meter gain. Look at that positive bonus. Look at that hard knockdown. Mikesaftig isn't in a great spot right now, but able to get the JS to secure a chance. Back turn K, that's all we need in this economy. Goes for the flash kick, tries to get the cross up, able to get something going though. Has the meter to break the wall, reversing the situation just as it started.
Knocking on the door to victory. Unfortunately, throw goes wide. We have 100 meter. We have the butterfly locked down for a little bit of those plus frames. Goes for that tap dust and no RC. Maybe just trying to bait out, wait for that burst. You gotta watch out for the burst on Scissors' side as well. If it is successful, then we just gotta play it maybe a little bit safe. We don't want to get caught out errantly pressing a button. Scissors gonna be looking for that burst as well. We still have it on lock. One more hit to seal the deal. The 2P putting in so much work. Scissors gonna be sealing the deal with a clean 3-0.
I mean, before Frosties happened, we had a really good set between these two, so I'm excited to see how it continues on.
We will have to see indeed. Of course, as we move forward into our next set, of course, we were talking about it earlier as well, but we got Macho on the left representing that Asuka coming up against the Faust aficionado Lurry. And very fun, if you were there at Frosty's as well, very fun 1st to 10 against another Faust player, Leo. Definitely a fun watch, but I was talking about another set. I'm talking about the current one. Thrust not going to find its mark just yet. The cubes, a little bit very impressive, a little bit too much at the moment.
I mean, Macho, though, doing a great job at controlling neutral, not letting these scalpel thrusts get the best of them, able to set up these cubes. A big throw, though, coming out. Gonna be able to get that speed staff going, able to get the wall stick with the Screamer. 6H can allow us to break the wall, do some big damage, and Macho doing a great job on getting on the board first.
Thrust definitely susceptible to 6P. Macho definitely taking advantage of that on reaction to slamming that 6P. Finding a counter hit finds that advantage. We did have that plus frame cube, that big cube. It's gonna go ahead and break the wall, get that positive bonus because we do need that tension for that oh so important mana just to make sure we don't let our health kind of drop extremely quickly. But Lurry with a nice burst.
I mean, they're doing a great job at managing these resources. There's so much that you have to deal with. The cards, the meter, the mana, having to do all these things, but Lurry showing what can happen when you let them get in. Able to get the mix, picks up the horn, resets the 1,000-ton weight, and now able to get a big hit with that tap dust, but no resources on the side. The mana shield allows us to stay alive. Gonna be able to go for the big super here, but there's nothing on the side of Macho to follow up with Lurry. Able to take advantage of that, gets a nice little load, tapping those toes to get the kill.
Yeah, we did want to let Lurry just take a second to really recollect, really just prepare for the options afterward and maybe call out the mulligan super. So tried to go for a quick little aggressive run up and just didn't find it. We are low on that mana, low on those cards at the moment. Gonna get a chance to do a quick little refresh here. Decides just to go for that super wall break as well. Refilled one of the cards. Gotta wait for that card to level up to 5. Get all of those cubes online. But nice 6P again. We've just been really on lock with calling out these thrusts with those 6Ps, finding those nice counter hits. But of course, Lurry with a very clean YRC of our own. We do have that burst coming back, so we might see a little bit of that blue wild assault expenditure. But I mean, hold on. By the way, I just want to mention that thrusts just beat every cube.
Waited so long for that cube to level up all the way to 5, and Lurry's not having absolutely any of it. But reading that super with the Scarecrow PRC, what a great situation to be in. Has the jump over the bomb, can't let it do anything to us. Now you're blocking for so long, that risk was piled up. Macho able to get the burst, but has a little bit of spells, has a little bit of mana, not out of it yet. Poking back and forth, the Scarecrow PRC can be so hard to deal with. Close slash 2K knows they're not going to be able to kill, and now you got a mini burst on the screen, able to get the throw to secure it. Lurry going up 1-0.
And I love that decision making, right? What you saw near the end of that, where Mini Faust kind of was thrown out and didn't maybe go the right way for the first second, you know, just kind of fell off that wall, bounced off, started walking back. But Lurry, ready for it, went for that throw because we knew if it whiffed, that Mini Faust would be right there to back us up, make sure our pressure was still mounting.
Oh yeah, and especially in a situation like that, you got to think about your routing. You got to think about your ability to kind of play around your items, and I think Lurry is one of the best at doing that, and it's especially why they've went so well into brackets, not only in person but online in this scene. But Macho able to get a big round start though, forcing the burst out from Lurry. Both these players trading their resources back and forth. Only thing that's on the line here is Macho with these spells able to get something back into their pocket, gets the tap dust into the big cube, has the super, but doesn't elect to spend it, wants to save it for the round situation afterwards, goes for the mulligan. Now we got the Exodia hand, has the teleport, has the cubes to cover the situations, but Lurry is so smart at mashing, doing such a great job of reading the situations, not letting Macho get out for free.
Yeah, and I actually haven't seen a lot of the staffs get used. Wonder if we're just not playing really in that test case, maybe trying to avoid that kind of, maybe a little bit of those different weirder stabs to apply, weirder cards to navigate. Speed staff though, definitely an asset to have.
Especially in a situation like this, a big blow coming out, gets the OTG, tries to go for the teleport for the left-right mix, but not able to get it how we wanted to. Able to catch the backdash with the blue cube. All these cubes are so interesting to deal with in their own way and can really make for hard decision making, but Lurry able to just throw that thrust out there, let the decision making be made for them in this situation. Oh, able to get the orb started, the orb with the cubes.
I am pondering the orb. Oh my, meteors coming from the sky. Goes for that very nice throw PRC just to seal the deal. Macho just choosing not to spend that burst, does not want to go down. I mean, go down the burst, but also the round. Again, very nice XP on the side of Macho. Again, we've been very on lock with calling out these slower options from Lurry. Though, I mean, to Lurry's credit as well, using it very well just to call out a lot of these cubes to, you know, see the entourage, the barrage coming from full screen. Just just slam the hitbox, just call them all out, call it a day.
Oh, 100%. In a situation like that where Macho is able to flood the cubes so quickly, flood the screen with cubes so quickly, able to get the round there, tying the set up 1-1, and it's like I was talking about. The last time we've seen these two on stream, it was in top 8 of a Jeekly where Lurry had that insane run. Macho had to do that reverse sweep to get into, what was it? It was top 3, I believe. I don't know if you were here commentating with me last time, but it was amazing to watch. And I know for a fact that these two have been studying this matchup, trying to get a little bit more into the intricacies of why the interactions happen that way. And it's really showing. Lurry's doing a great job with Scalpel here.
Doing an amazing job. Again, the thing is as well is we're kind of being locked out of using it just in neutral unless we're like calling out cubes specifically, right? Because if we use it to try to call out get some plus frames, you know, use it as a longer range option. Macho's just been at the ready with these 6Ps, just at the ready with the response necessary to make sure we can keep our pressure going. Overhead does find its mark. I mean, usually even if I see the card, I'm not looking for it. I'm like, yep, that's a card that exists.
Just like,
and then I get hit by it.
Yeah. Oh no!
Oh.
The flex shield. The flex shield. Oh, that was really scary there, but able to get the Scarecrow PRC, you know. Typical Faust things. YRC coming out from Macho. You got the Flaming Afro though, can only go for so long. Has to refill those spells, gets the Gravity Cube, able to get things started, kind of allow the approach, has the 6P, gets the Meteors, gets the Bomb, able to just get the whole cacophony of items out, not letting anything happen. Had to play around that banana, but with the mini Faust, with the bomb, with the Afro, it's so hard to get out of the situation if you're Macho. Oh my god, look at that.
What a shimmy. What a shimmy just to close that out. We're just walking back and forth.
I mean, you gotta move it or you gotta lose it, but what a great backdoor from Lurry into the corner.
Oh my. Yo, quick little FD spam, just quick little jump there. Goes to that wall break. We do have that arpeggio out. Unfortunately, doesn't find the throw we were looking for. Lurry with that 100 meter, able to keep it safe, slams that 5P. Cross up does find its mark, but I believe that's because ended up getting caught out on the jump instead of necessarily cross up. So Macho still with some great defense.
And look at, able to use the super to refresh the hand. So little mana, has a little bit to go, able to get these cubes out, and now has the cubes, the little dancy cubes, the 156p. Let it go out here. Lurry though, able to secure the game in pretty convincing fashion compared to the other ones. Able to go up in the set 2-1, but Macho, I know they definitely have something cooking.
Cooking, much like the fire cubes.
Oh yeah.
That's what Macho's using to cook.
Oh yeah.
That's why they were locked out. Used too much mana cooking.
You know, so that game there didn't go exactly how you planned. You think they might have burnt it? Too much fire?
True. Gotta stick it in the microwave a bit more. Alright, coming into game 4. Thrust in neutral, just kind of still not finding too much purchase. We find the run-up throw we're looking for. We do have 2 Screamer on deck, so we can just get those plus frames on the lock. Or just quick little call out like that, refresh some resources.
What a great job there. Able to use not only the staff but the cubes, use the scalpel to pull all the way through it, able to break the mana shield, and now Macho has to run away, has to get backs, has to use that health as a way to regenerate this mana, and now able to get back in Lurry's face, has the 2 overheads, can maybe go for a ground bounce conversion of some kind, doesn't end up working out, tries to go for the guard crush, but the 5k of the gods with the trumpet on the ground.
I mean, yeah, we just slammed that, called out that spacing, set point for Lurry, and of course Macho doesn't have that burst on deck. You're gonna need to be playing it very safe. I mean, we don't have the cards really, nor the mana coming up close, a little bit below half, especially Lurry making us block all this, definitely dropping, but oh no, this is not what you're looking for if you're Macho. Gonna be looking at a quick wall break with no mana on a deck. This super is gonna do so much damage.
So much little resources on the side of Macho, gonna get sent to the wall, barely any meter of burst or tension to speak of, but the meter that really matters, the mana and the cards, you don't have any, has to go for a reset here, using these little intricacies inside the pressure to not only get the meter back, but get the cards, but Lurry has the PRC, able to get something going here, tries to go for the FD cancels, but the tap dust, gonna let us win the set.
New match, new me. I'm looking at May, I'm looking at ABBA on screen. We are looking at insert pearlbot coming up. Is insert, yeah.
The Valiant team kill though. New org that we've seen starts to run a weekly, another really big tournament, but insert able to get things started here with the throw loops. You'd think it's Street Fighter, has the meter to break the wall. Got the big old whale, got the big old pink whale, gonna be able to get the safe jump here, able to get the cancel, tried to go for the reversal super and throw it again, call it a punish counter for the perfect.
Amazing job just keeping Pearlbot locked down, spending that orange wall assault immediately just to make sure we get that wall break, get that positive bonus. I mean, Pearlbot's got that burst regardless, we just want to get that meter on deck. Okay, nice counter hit Dolphin. This is going to be another wall break, I believe. Nope, just going for the pressure afterwards. Morha looking a little bit low.
Gets back thrown here for Pearlbot. There's only so many options you can choose from. Goes up for another throw again. Strike throw for the double perfect on insert. Things are looking so strong for them right now, but Pearlbot is not out of it yet. This is a character defined by peaks and valleys, and sometimes you gotta go through the hard times, but it's not impossible. You just need one hit, one strong conversion, you can definitely win a game and even a set.
Indeed, indeed. If you can take a game, you can take a set. We'll have to see if Pearlbot is able to do that as we head into our second game here for our second, I believe our second top 24 qualifier, but insert with a very nice call out on that blue wild assault, and that's why it's kind of risky to go for it. I mean, it's a bad habit of mine, but the blue wild assault definitely a committal option that can be called out by a throw, by a backdash, a lot of those really well placed options. Insert definitely not letting Pearlbot get away with it.
100% in this kind of situation, getting that charge. Anchor kind of hitting him with the reel back, the the get you kids off my lawn special, but the blue wild assault does allow us to get into jealous rage mode, able to get that close slash, get the wall break, and here we go, the snowball golem, all that red coming up now, but 100-meter goes for the safe jump, able to maybe get the cross up with the mix, having the whale to protect us, going in for more, but has to poke out, feeling so scared of this situation.
Yeah, we made the right call on the safe jump, but unfortunately, that 100-meter letting us stay safe afterwards. Definitely not what we're looking for if you're a pearlbot, but nice! Gonna be able to get a very nice confirm. Morha running out though, so I understand why we didn't go for something that would make us force uninstall in the middle of the route. Unfortunately, I'm able to find that Rekka too, but insert still fighting to put Pearl back into that corner. Of course, moving forward, using a couple of those stop sign buttons, that 5K and that 2K. Unfortunately, just not able to find the hit we're desperately looking for.
I mean, it's so hard in these situations if you're Pearlbot, getting kind of kept at range, not able to really interact with your jealous rage meter at all. It's kind of allowing for that wall unstick, but able to get that reversal super. This is exactly the hit we need, especially when in jealous rage gets that 2H, has the conversion looping to the corner, and all you need is one. Pearlbot, while on the edge of destruction, only needed one hit to reverse the situation. Another big 5H to start, and things are going our way. The JS, the throw gets baited as the backdash goes for the strike throw setup. It has the ability to get the Roman cancel, get the 6H, and look at all the rage we got back. You get half back of what you used, and Pearlbot's showing us how to use it.
It goes for that burst bait. Nice insert with amazing burst discipline, but unfortunately not able to capitalize on the situation afterwards. Going to be Pearlbot tying up the set with a very, very well-placed 2K. Going to be able to find that route to close it out. And again, you're going to see this again, right? Insert just waiting so long until Pearl's about to run up to finish the route. And it just went, you know, I'm going to burst now.
Yep. Just doing such a great job. And Pearlbot, coming back from getting double perfected, knew that they were able to kind of get this train going once again. Such a strong player. I've been seeing the come up, as watching them come up through brackets like flash kicks and fight sticks. It's been amazing to see how they've become such a strong player, and especially in this economy of players. But Insert trying to give him a run for their money, gets a big counter hit. Jealous Rage is slowly running out. We use the Roman cancel to make the combo a little bit longer. Now, didn't actually use the super to break the wall, but that force uninstall is going to make things so much harder for us interacting with our opponent. And now Insert gets a big hit, able to get the perfect, just snowballing and doing such a great job to lock Robot down.
Find that counter hit, finds the command grab, wall break. Not a ton of damage, but of course respectable amount. Finds that positive bonus, able to get 50 back at it. Goes for the burst bait, able to find it, and with that good little made damage should be enough to put us on last interaction. Robot trying to play a little bit tricky in there, trying to call out the run up with that JD. Unfortunately, doesn't find it. Going to be Insert with a perfect. Those 7 golden letters going to be moving us up 2-1.
You know, Pearlbot Insert is really showing us how strong a lot of these options that both these characters can do. Pearlbot, whenever they're able to get their options started, kind of just steamrolls over Insert, making those interactions so hard. But again, Insert, whenever they're able to get these options, get these counter hits, get these strike throw situations, they do the same exact thing. Any character you want can compete, but now going for that burst into JR, able to get that hard knockdown. This is exactly what we want. Able to get the 6H, but no, it doesn't connect. Back throw gonna have us in a bad situation. Minus frames on top of the ball. It's a nice little backdash BRC, a little bit of Jealous Rage in my cup, but the reversal super is gonna come out. Now we're back in neutral once again. Big counter hit though.
They're just gonna go ahead and get that wall splat, get that force uninstall, get that uninstall, reinstall. Get half your JR back or your money back. Gonna be a 2D to seal the deal. Pearlbot on the verge of giving us another game of 5 for tonight. Insert definitely playing around Dolphin RPS very well here. Unfortunately getting called out a couple of times. ends up working out for us regardless. Gonna go ahead, find that super pearlbot in a very strong position, that we do have that burst on the side of Insert. Do we have to watch out for it, or Insert's just able to fight our way out?
And then now the sheer aggression coming out from pearlbot, not wanting to let Insert get a single inch because of what they've been able to show us with this mage champion. Uninstall gonna come out, you're -10, you can't interact, going in for more pressure here, using this big anchor at a distance, tries to go for the reversal super, and it ends up working out. We have 100 tension, we have a 6-8, we have a Dawn's Eye to send us to game 5 of this top 24 qualifier, Betty. Love ABBA.
Yo, I'm watching that. I'm in that situation. I see the 100 meter. I'm slamming it every 100 times out of 100.
Oh yeah, 100%. I know I am. You got enough meter to keep yourself safe, and it just seems like the right call there. And pearlbot, she won. Look at her go.
Working out wonderfully. Of course, another game 5 for all of you watching. Has so many wonderful matches here on stream so far in this Jeekly 87, but of course only one can emerge victorious and move on to that top 24 position winner's side. Of course, Insert kind of on the back foot already, eating a fair amount of those counter hits, forced to spend that burst pretty early. But of course, nice far slash confirm coming out from pearlbot. Just gotta watch out. Yeah, we are able to find that wall splat, get that uninstall, reinstall the super. Though I am wondering what the mix is afterwards, going for a lot of that that F-Shiki kind of setup. Just goes for the 2H, doesn't find much purchase. Insert with a nice call out.
Man, that's the kind of situation you got to make these call outs whenever you have a giant character like ABBA rushing you down, or you get put in this situation. Pearlbot on set point. You only need one interaction if you're Insert, but pearlbot not going to give it to you. Goes into the Jealous Rage, gets the hard knockdown, and this is exactly what you want. Goes for the reset into the throat because we're on low Jealous Rage. We can't let you have any situation you want with that forced uninstall. The burst coming out from Insert. We're back at neutral once again, using these Dolphins. Gets a clip on the JH, able to do great things here with the JD wall bounce. Gets the key grab. Look at all the Jealous Rage we get right back. Has K-Super on deck, but may not use it. Goes for the BRC, gets the 2K link into the tilt, and pearlbot able to claw back from getting 4 perfects in a row.
I'm very excited to see how Cheryo is going to play around that parry. It's something that I've been trying to kind of figure out myself. But of course, into, I believe this is a top 24, no, it's a top 24 match, top 8 qualifier. So the winner of this we'll be seeing later tonight. Cheryo representing.
That Tommy Mat set up, goes for that 6H, trying to use that H Kabari to set up for a frame trap opportunity. BRC backdash, not going to go exactly how we wanted it. Like you were saying, Medi, time to rob your life savings. Bam, give me your purse, give me your bank account information. Going for those big hits and big damage. Cheryo able to put one game up on the board.
And again, if we're playing this well in the first game, I mean, Lakey's definitely got an uphill battle to fight, trying to move forward into this winner's side top 8 is Cheryo. I mean, again, right, just taking control of that game, taking control of the set so far, not letting those defensive mechanics we were talking about earlier really get the best of them.
Oh yeah, 100%. Just doing a great job at routing around it. But Lakey definitely has a chance here to get back into this, kind of change where they're interacting. And now that's a big JS there coming out from Lakey, able to get this pressure started. And while Baiken does have these great defensive options, Cheryo in that Goldlewis kind of doesn't. It's in a hard spot here, able to get this conversion, gonna break the wall with this super. Hard knockdown versus a character like Baiken. Oh, this is a hard situation to get out of.
We find the 2K, we find the wall break, potentially no, decides just to keep the pressure mounting in the corner, uses the meter spend just to seal the deal. We do not want to return to neutral, takes a round, puts a round on the board. Of course, needed one more to put a point on the board, and Cheryo starting us off very strong.
This kind of situation, now you get one hit, you get one big opportunity, goes for the guard crush specials, just vomiting out this damage. Cheryo with the perfect, such a strong iron grip on that damage, uses the white wall assault to get in, goes for the JD to get over the parry. What a smart read by Cheryo, goes for the guard cancel parry, but Lakey not able to be right here. Look at all that red on a character like Baiken with those high of guts. It can be so hard to get things started. Breaking that, just breaking that sword, just things aren't going so well.
It's shattered. It's gone in the wind.
God. Oh, you hate to see the sword like that, but we're gonna get the blacksmith out here. We got another game to play. We can reforge it.
That the actually working like in the lobby between the game, just quickly reforging the sword in like a rushed panic.
It's like you got 3 different blacksmiths working on the same sword, yelling at each other.
It's like a pit stop.
Yeah.
Alright, game 3 getting started. Cheryo's been playing absolutely just dominant so far as we find another counter hit, forcing Lakey to spend that burst almost immediately. Trade not going our way. We are able to find a counter hit Cheryo. Of course, just we have that level 3 security, so just deciding just to send that drone out, force Lakey to really approach us where we're able to cover. Ends up working out fine for us as we need one more interaction to seal the deal. Unfortunately, Tether does find its mark for Cheryo, so we are just kind of dealing with a lot of that bike and just that infinite Tsukuyomi.
It's so hard to block these, but nice call out by Cheryo, backdashing that to Tommy, but Lakey able to get right back on you, not letting you get away with that S tether, going for the big combo. You're up once, you're up again, you get the hard knockdown. Oh, but look at the PRC!
I got hit. I got hit. Chad, if you say you didn't got hit, you're lying. You got hit. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was nasty! Oh,
I got hit.
God. Oh, wow. Alright. Oh, anyways though, going back for that ID back to Tommy, Lakey kind of getting some things going, getting some momentum on their side after that crazy big situation. Goes for the Typhoon, hit you with the guard crush, hit you with the 1-2,
oh, no.
Tries to go for the parry, no, things aren't looking so good. You gotta burst there, not really wanting to die, having to go for another guard frame trap opportunity. Where's the left beat? Oh, but nice parry though. Finally able to get something started.
Okay, just trying to play around the drone. Goes for it again. Able to call out the drone. Tether not going to find its mark just yet. Nice. We do find the call up, but unfortunately Tether goes wide. We weren't ready for the 2H hit. Just kind of chilling out, trying to call out Goldlewis. We are able to find that 2K. We are able to get the Tatami confirmed, and that is going to be Lakey putting a point on the board after coming so close to defeat.
Oh yeah, Lakey playing a character like Baiken, you know, good whenever she's down. Got the great defensive options. Been a very strong defensively oriented character in the past, even though she's way more aggressive and fast in this game. Now, Cheryo it's on dip to have to adapt and change what they're doing, getting some parries in. Lakey kind of shifting when they're interacting and doing such a great job.
Doing an amazing job. I love that frame trap off of that H Kabari. Goes for that side swap. Nice. Lakey ready with that 6B, just calling out, knows, okay, Cheryo's going to want to take the corner back, want to really start applying that pressure, so we slam that 6B, find a counter hit. Suddenly, story shifted. We're in the corner, able to try, hopefully get our pressure going, but not if Cheryo's able to finally find that back throw, finally put us back into that corner positioning. Nice FD out, forcing that meter expenditure, to keep that pressure going. Lakey trying to fight our way, trying to tie up the set, waiting out that drone with those IAD back Yozansens. Not Yozansens, sorry, Tatami's.
Trying to get something started here. anxiety back to Tommy. It's kind of bought time for Lakey, allowed the chance for Cheryo to kind of waste the meter, waste the security gauge, and try to approach with that drone behind, because you don't want to let it go to waste. But the S tether coming out, big 5K, going to be able to get a counter hit. You get put up into the air, goes for the reset, still got the S tether going for that, but what an IB! Not letting Lakey get away with the mixed situation, doing a strong job predicting it. The 6P though doesn't end up clashing with the S tether, and Lakey gets another mix opportunity. The defense is strong from Cheryo, but can you block the mix? Able to jump away from it, but things aren't looking so good. You're getting put in the vortex, gets the burst bait. Lakey ties it up so quick. We're going to another game 5.
What did the blacksmiths like make that sword out of? Like, did such an amazing job. I mean, we're gonna be looking at that here shortly. Unfortunately, the mix-up went wide, but I mean, Cheryo just wasn't ready. Maybe playing a bit too fast, ends up getting called out in neutral, and then just Lakey ready with those 2K burst baits.
But yeah, this is something you got to be so strong, like just so. You got to have so much forward thinking to be able to do it in these kind of situations when tensions are high. You're on the verge of a game 5. You got to go for those burst baits because people might be antsy. But IB there on the round start option from Cheryo, doing a great job. The guard cancel parry does get called out. The burst comes out from Lakey, going for more mix, more of these situations, trying to bait some type of interaction. 2P coming out that goes into the drone, but he can't convert off of something like that in full range.
Okay, we have that tether still applied. It's going to be expiring here shortly. Just go for the 2D, get that super, get that hard knockdown positive bonus, because especially we're looking at Cheryo with that 100 meter. Going to need to play so careful around that churn. Decides to go for that YRC instead, but oh no! Looking very rough here. One more interaction will seal the deal in favor of Cheryo. We are ready with that air stall super, trying to not deal with the drone, but unfortunately not able to deal with it.
Going in for that jump in, but the deflection coming out from Cheryo, willing to use those resources, get the big 6P, has the ability to get those Typhoon cancels. Set point going to Cheryo after Lakey clawed back from being down 2-0. Lakey looking for an opportunity, trying to get something started. Mixed out that H Kabari. Things are going a little bit better for us. The JD is going to come in, going in for more pressure. Cheryo resetting the situation, but get the big Typhoon hit. This is not what you want to see if you're a Lakey fan in chat. Turning the butter, got all 3 levels, gonna break the wall, but not enough. Guts is gonna let us hold on. Gets the parry, has the dash cancel, blocks the mix, but gets a big counter hit on the tatami. Half dust gonna allow us to continue the combo. Goes into the corner. You gotta get some mix going here. You can't let Cheryo run away with this so fast. Gets a big conversion from the ID, but what a jump grab from Cheryo to secure it. Lakey was trying to make a big comeback, but Cheryo locked in, stayed a little bit patient, and didn't let it happen. I wonder how Fukio interacts with Ice Floor.
I wonder if it actually gives you like kind of more instant momentum as well, because you slide.
Yeah.
Mankind. The Duel 1.
We will figure out here. Going into this next, like Peluna on the Dizzy, may have seen her inside of TNS's or the Jeekly, but not a name that should be taken lightly. Probably the strongest Dizzy inside of North America right now, but test your luck on the other side. Extremely strong Nagoriyuki.
Oh, no.
It's the blood pop though. That's not what you want to see, but the conversion ability from Dizzy in those kind of situations may not be exactly what you want. But the Beyblade gonna allow us to go all the way forward. Ice Floor don't mean nothing. BRC gonna save us though. Peluna able to put the first round on the board.
Oh, okay, so we were half right. It's not necessarily like Fukio gives Nago the momentum he needs, but he really needs to slam the Beyblade after to effectively teleport. I love this matchup. I love doing it. I still do that on ABBA. If the second I see Ice War come out, I'm slamming hop kick. Give me the momentum.
Give it to me. I need it. But
regardless, Peluna
though,
taking advantage of our Wings of Light. Gonna drain that health away. OTG to seal the deal. Unfortunate pop for Test Your Luck. I mean, put us in this position in the first place. And Peluna taking advantage, securing the first game. I mean, with such an explosive start.
Oh yeah, especially in a situation where you're able to get Wings of Light up, you're able to get that strong win condition, but while it does do that, Test Your Luck had a really unfortunate pop there on the Blood Rage and couldn't really kind of stop the health drain from coming, but did show some very interesting tech. I'm excited to see what other tricks they have up their sleeve.
Okay, I love that Beyblade. We went for it. I'm thinking to maybe call out the Ice Floor set. The Peluna just ready for it. Just decided just to chill out a little bit. Going for some stagger. We don't want our blood to get too high there. But nice burst. Now we're in that level 3. We do got to watch out because that can happen. One more hit and it is over. But unfortunately, not going to find a confirm afterwards. Just got to open us up the old-fashioned way. Is able to find that Fukio back 2K. Securing around.
Yeah, going in here. Test Your Luck, trying to get some kind of comeback momentum on the board. Able to get the high-low started, trying to get something going, but Peluna able to get the Wings of Light off of that 6H. Now we're back in neutral. Tries to go for the 2H, but gets baited out with the JD. Gets the Wings of Light to pop, but no meter. Not able to get full extension. The 5H gonna do so much damage in this situation. High blood for Test Your Luck. You don't want to get hit if you're Peluna. Trying so hard. Goes for the OTG with the Ice Spike, but able to secure the round. Peluna kind of walking on thin ice here versus High Blood Nago.
I'm hearing you. Oh, okay, just teleport forward, bite, no fear, goes for it again. You know, looking a little hungry as we decide to go for that. Another bite yet again. Third verse, same as the first, as we're gonna go ahead, secure some plus frames, go for the bite yet again, but you know, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, also shame on you, but fool me 4 times. And that's a round of game. That's a game to Test Your Luck.
Yeah, able to snap back to reality to try and get something started here on the side of Test Your Luck. You know, whenever you got the gravity going underneath you, mob spaghetti, yeah. But Test Your Luck did do a great job representing some other tech and kind of changing their game plan around what Peluna was doing, trying to not get hit by these ice spikes and these preemptive zoning options, but able to get things started here, going for a big hit, but the burst does end up coming out.
Oh, calls out the backdash with that 6H, forcing that burst spend from Test Your Luck, because we did have that Wings of Light online, but maybe an interesting burst spend as we were extremely high in that blood, so we weren't able to play, I mean, as aggressive as we were previously. Still just kind of stuck, dealing with the dizzy pressure. Nice H Michael Sword just to force Test Your Luck away. Nice, calls it out with that Ice Spike, and that's going to be Peluna moving up in the set yet again in the driver's seat. We are a little low on that burst, but it is A-okay, not to worry just yet. Test Your Luck is getting highly on that blood. Again, we don't have that burst, so you are going to have to deal with it, again, the old-fashioned way. Maybe some IBFDs, maybe some just kind of retreating, just trying to figure out how to make Test Your Luck pop into that blood range.
Oh, and not able to get that forward momentum. Peluna doing such a great job at setting up these Wings of Light to kind of chip down the opponent, but Test Your Luck is not having it. Knows a thing or two about chip damage themselves with these Nagoriyuki high blood level normals. Tries to IBFD us out. Doesn't want us to get the mix going. Goes for the 5P, gets the 2S's started. Test Your Luck gets hit with the Ice Spike from the Fukio. Has the Blue Wild Assault. Peluna able to go up in this set 2-1, only needs one more, but we saw what happened last time Peluna went up in the set. Test Your Luck snapped right back.
Amazing job from Peluna just to call out that Fukio forward with that Ice Spike. Just knows, hey, we're gonna try to approach. We had a little bit of some bust frames, you know, some back to neutral a little bit, but just knew what we were gonna do. Ends up securing the game 2-1. Potentially another game 5 on our hands if Test Your Luck is able to get that download finished quick enough. Or, I mean, just find 4 bites again. That would also work.
Yeah, that would do a little bit for us in being able to manage our blood and kind of make Peluna scared of the strike, but things are just not looking that way. You're on high blood. You can't really move. Wings of Light is up in Peluna's direction. 2K 2D gets the wall break. Just gonna go near you, smushing you with the spiritual pressure, Gojo Satoru style.
just walk forward menacingly as we're into set point for Peluna. Able to fight our way out of the corner, calls out the blood pop yet again. That burst gotta come out from TestYourLuck or else it was over, but we get called out on the landing after the JD. Peluna taking the last game in such a commanding fashion.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Duel 1.
All right. Welcome to the first match of the Jeekly 87 top 8 winner side. We got RedIAmNot on the left representing that Goldlewis coming up against Cheryo, who we've seen earlier on stream. Also representing the Goldlewis, got another mirror match. Wonderful for you all. That drone gonna lock us down, just waiting it out. Just finds that throw, finds the overhead, and with that super, that should seal the deal. Such an insanely fast round one.
But yeah, whenever you're on characters like Goldlewis that do such a great job of just pumping out this damage, not only on block, but also on hit, things can go really fast, especially whenever there's two of them on the screen. Going in here, though, it's a big hit. RedIAmNot showing mastery in this matchup. We've seen this mirror so many times before in other brackets like TNS, but we've also seen it here at the Jeekly a good couple of times, too. Cheryo able to get this pressure started and gonna get us slowly closer to the wall. Goes for the overhead. Typhoon cancels, letting us get this pressure started. Air Typhoon, so much damage coming off of RedIAmNot's health bar. Keeping this pressure going, gets hit with the low. That's exactly what you want if you're Cheryo.
We just couldn't build up enough meter to find that YRC, find that escape option. Cheryo tying up the set, and I mean, tying up just resources about as equal as they could be coming into the start of this round. Of course, a little bit different now. Cheryo decides just to save the burst, trying to maybe find. Yeah, okay, spends it. Unfortunately, gets baited. Didn't spend it on that good old Behemoth Typhoon. Gonna look like RedIAmNot sending us through the wall to seal the deal again to extremely explosive characters.
Yeah, especially in this situation, you know, there's a different dimension to this matchup than normal, because a lot of the times whenever you're trying to see how these characters interact, they're in relation to a different character on the screen, and now you got to see how not only do they play against each other's resources, but also their security meter. It makes such a big difference in combos and even neutral with drone, but now able to get some things going here. RedIAmNot on the board first, kind of picking up that momentum, picking up where they left off in the last Jeekly they were in.
Okay, we find the overhead. Even with Goldlewis health, it still does so much damage. That coffin really does weigh a ton. Drone gonna be securing us some plus range. We find the overhead, but we do gotta be careful because Cheryo does have that meter kind of building up there. We do have that security gauge as well if we're able to escape. Decides to throw out that drone as well, just running forward, trying to use it to cover our approach, but RedIAmNot just ready for it. And I mean, that's the rough part about playing mirror matches. You hear this most times mirror matches are on stream, but it's such a wacky kind of matchup to play, because not only is your character good at everything your character is good at, as I mean Cheryo takes the round here, but both players also have, at least at, like, when you get to that higher level of play, just expert knowledge on what their character does, so you can't really get away with a lot of those knowledge checks you might otherwise.
Yeah, you got to go for these guaranteed situations in a lot of instances, and RedIAmNot just doing so good at making those instances of interaction and mix happen, especially whenever you're getting into these post-wall break situations. Cheryo, though, showing how they got that round on the board. Oh, but what a great Typhoon to reach past the drone, not let Cheryo get that neutral hit for free. RedIAmNot tying it back up, getting that momentum back into their corner.
Chilling out a little bit, calls out the drone set, able to find the 2K2D as well. We have that security gauge up and running, but of course RedIAmNot with a very smart press, just very brave, I'd say, as well, just finding that 5K. Decides not to go for the wall break, especially with Cheryo having that burst. Decides just to wait it out and gets hit by that gold burst, of course, but defensive play, able to buy enough time to call out the laser. Oh, but nice defense!
amazing defense, the YRC, but oh no, doesn't get the conversion that we thought we'd get. Now we're back in neutral. You got two tanks trying to vie for position on the battlefield, but the Typhoon doesn't end up working out. Goes for the low, uses the Roman cancel. RedIAmNot able to get another game on the board in heartbreaking fashion if you're Cheryo.
But again, we've seen so many reverse sweeps and getting to game 5 positions here coming from this exact spot. So we'll have to see if Cheryo's really able to keep take these first 2 games, really take them as data rounds, you know, not let us get discouraged and kind of, you know, maybe take it back to that 3-2 finish.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's definitely possible. This, in a game like Guilty Gear, it is not over until it is over, and that's one thing for certain. Cheryo, though, getting some nice things started out here. Security gauge kind of evening out on both sides to be it maxed, and now you have all 3 levels, but what a strong backdash, using these FDs to allow for some point of interaction with these big guard crush situations. Following the drone, not letting anything happen. RedIAmNot using the Typhoon to clear the neutral. Big disjoint, goes for the overhead, uses these Typhoons to close out the round. Big coffin swinging.
That coffin gonna end up holding, you know, sealing our fate here if we're not careful. But Cheryo taking a nice 50% for our efforts. We were able to find that 2K 2D, that low, getting us a bit of damage. We do have that meter, we do have that security gauge on lock. Decides to not spend it just yet. This should, no, actually I don't think this is gonna do it. Scaling is low, but I think we're still fine. It's Goldlewis health. Exactly 1 HP in a dream. And that 2K gonna seal the deal. Okay, we've been seeing so much work. We've been seeing so much success come out from that 2K.
I mean, it's a strong button on a strong character. A lot of these situations, you're able to get in, play defense, and even start your pressure. But we got the gun coming out. We got the Skyfish. Yeah, that's the name of the move. Goes in for the JP. What an air-to-air by Cheryo here, enforcing that game plan. Going Super Saiyan, if you will, with the Goku outfit. Perfect on the side of Cheryo. You may be right, Medi. We might be seeing a comeback here.
I've already broken out the brooms. It's sitting right next. We might be looking at a reverse sweep, but of course, a bit too early to make the call. But Cheryo taking that round in a very commanding fashion, just didn't let Red really just play the game near the end there. Just locked us down, made sure they couldn't really move, made sure they couldn't really open us up. We'll have to see if we're able to keep that style of play going as we move into our next match here, next game. But I mean, RedIAmNot definitely gonna make us work for it.
100%, especially with the extreme knowledge and combo routing and mix-up game. While they're in the corner, they still have a great handle on this match. Goes for the overhead, but has no security, has no tension to be able to get things going. Cheryo gets outed on a perfect. RedIAmNot is on set point.
We'll have to see if that game was a second wind or a dying gasp as we find that 2K bursts us back into the corner here. Nice deflection shield come out from RedIAmNot. Such a smart placement just to force us back a little bit, able to call out the approach. Finds the throw. We have the meter. We have the wall. That's going to be RedIAmNot moving on 3-1 to move on to our winners finals here tonight.
We're going into this next set here. We got 2 big faces. 2 big faces.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Alrighty, we are started into our next top 8 match here. We got Peluna on the left, Dany Maza on the right, and I mean, Ukyo, I'm restraining myself. I just want to, you know, scream just Maza like I did at Frosty's. I was rooting for the run.
Who wasn't? Seeing Dany go so far in these brackets, just kind of being a chairman of hard work and dedication and what it can do for you in this game. You know, I always see them as somebody who I can look to prove that if you think a character can do it, they sure can. Not only that, but some great success in the Fatal Fury genre, getting to the big end tournament. But Peluna, no slouch. Definitely one of the strongest players in NA right now. Getting the wings of light, the close slash. Gonna end it off, popping off at the perfect time.
Amazing job just waiting there in front of the wall. Of course, we do have that good old ice floor set up. Unfortunately, that Wings of Light not going to find much purchase. Not as explosive of as the second round as the first round. We do have that 50 online. Could convert RC. Could convert Wings of Light set again as well. Shock State is applied. Dany has a fighting chance. Nice call out on the run up, on the back throw, sorry.
Big chance here, break the wall, positive bonus on the side of Dany. Saw this situation one too many times before. Gained the meter for the Scum Dipper RC. Scum Dipper RC right as it happened, but decided to not cash it in. The two-way, it's going to be able to let us get a wall break. The JD ending up behind, goes for the throw setup. Gets the BRC, or the PRC from the throw. Able to use the fish, going for the ID back. Trying to win this neutral, trying to use this ice floor to their advantage. Now, Peluna just sitting, making Dany make a move, making Dany commit to something, getting rid of these projectiles out from the floor. There's only so much you can do. Goes for the super stun edge, but it doesn't end up working out. Goes for the jump in, hits the fish, but things aren't looking exactly how we want them to for Peluna. Gets a big 6P though. Peluna putting a game up on the board.
Amazing job setting up 1-0. Chilling against Dany Elmaza. Did not let Dany really get comfortable.
In this situation, you kind of gotta, it's almost like adapt or die in this kind of situation versus the player like Peluna, able to just get the road hazards up on the floor, if you will, and able to catch the jump in with the ice pillar. A little bit of freeze, a little bit of freezy weezy, able to get the conversion off of the airfish, turning around, not letting Dizzy go astray, and gets the kill. Look at all that damage, Betty. Oh my god.
So much damage. As you have Peluna here finding that ice spike, finding that ice for locking us down. Just still stuck in that corner. Finds the burst. Okay, we have the Wings of Light active. Gotta watch out for the DP. Dany hasn't really represented that reversal option too much, or just, you know, full send it. That also works.
Kind of situation. You have to use the VRC, has to buy time for those Wings of Light to actually turn on, start activating like a mean nightlight. Able to get the kill here. Peluna able to get this round up on the board. I believe it's 2-0. Is it 2-0?
It's either 2-0 or 3-0. We'll see. It's one of those two. Either way, it's either extremely strong lead or an extremely strong finish. We'll have to see if Dany has a chance to take it back, or if we're just kind of chilling out a little bit. Well, we might play. I could see the soul. I could also see the sin.
I mean, there was
I did not see the Bridget.
The Bridget.
I haven't played Dany's Bridget in so long. I forgot Dany just had a Bridget.
I mean, for a good point in time there, Dany was going hard on almost every character in the game. I believe they won a couple of brackets on Slayer at one point. So they have the ability to play any character in the roster. But Peluna, do you have the ability to adapt on the fly, using these ice spikes to stop the rolling approaches, trying to not let things happen, tries to go for the Wings of Light, but Dany is not letting Peluna have it. Goes for the close/OTG, tries to go for the grab, but what a great reversal. Gonna be able to do a chunk of health here, and if you're Dany, you're playing a character with such little health, the forward momentum gets the 6P.
Set point for Peluna. The Bridget swap not, working out so far. The yo-yos haven't been working out. Dany, though, still in. We are going to need to reverse a sweep if we want to stay alive in the bracket. Peluna just not letting us run away with it at all. Nice throw tack. It disables that Wings of Light, but honestly might not be enough. One more hit should seal the deal even without the Wings of Light damage over time. Nice call out. You have a chance. Okay, nice escape of the corner. We do have that meter up, so we can go for that kickstart my heart 50-50. Goes to the stagger, has the yo-yo set. Nice, I love that delay rolling movement. We are able to get that wall break, but of course, 50 meter on the side of Peluna. A stray YRC could end it all for us. Yeah, just go for that burst. Make sure we don't let Peluna keep it going. We have that positive bonus. Yeah, just go for the Roger.
Another big wall break situation here for Dany on the clutches of defeat. You got all the resources in the world, goes for the 6K situation, but it doesn't end up working. That big JS coming out, goes for the Roger, gets some plus frames, kind of using these big normals, trying to play that defense, doing what Dany does best, playing that neutral to an extremely high level. Close slash gonna allow us to get the JD mix, gets the tap dust, and Dany able to pull things back to their side, showing that they got a little bit of experience on the bridges.
Just a little bit of experience finding that round again from the jaws of defeat. 1 HP in a dream. We were able to not let Peluna find that stray hit, but of course we need to do it 5 more times we need to do it 5 more times just to make sure we're still alive on the winner's side, get to that winner's titles position. But we are gonna let that Wings of Light pop here shortly, and that is going to be rough. This is oh my god, this is just death. Oh my god. Never mind. Peluna just goes to winner's finals 3-0. Amazing. Indeed, indeed. But we're looking at a couple other characters coming up.
All right, coming in here, we have 2 big players. Both of them we have already seen on stream. Lakey coming in on that Baiken, had that loss to Cheryo in the last time we saw them, but Lurry had to fight Macho, not able to get that win, had to go through the loser's side, but now making it a big test of straight here. The tap dust gonna come in, going for some big mix here. Lakey able to get things started with the tatami mat, has a little bit of meter on their side.
And I love playing around using that dash cancel after that guard cancel parry, just avoid not only any option after that scarecrow, but also the trumpet as well. The horde of mini Fausts denied their advantage. You're going to be going through the wall. Lakey playing extremely strong right now. Burst is about equalized. I have to see if Lurry gets it back in time, as we do have that meter building up, but we do spend it so we can get that confirmed, get that corner pressure going. We'll have to see if we're able to really, I mean, if it was worth it, right? Because now we're kind of stuck. If Lakey's able to take it back, if Lakey is able to really put the screws to Lurry here, as we have 1 straight counter hit, it's going to be so rough.
I mean, and did you see the RC there from Lurry to get this wall break? Able to use the meter, the bone crushing excitement. Not even the Baiken guts can save you here. Oh.
1 HP in a dream.
Situation here for Lurry. Yeah, 1 HP in a dream. 6B does end up catching it.
Tying up the game. Lurry still doesn't have that burst back, that expenditure. Definitely not, potentially not going to go the way we'd like to, as we did spend for that blue wild assault. We do have that mini Faust pushing the bomb away, actually, so we don't get punished for going for the throw. Amazing, the parry, sorry. But amazing job by Lakey, of just amazing awareness as well. Mini Faust online, hammer online. Those projectiles are lethal. Okay, I love that bomb place using that tatami. Go for the launch. We do find that overhead, but unfortunately route drops, though we do keep the corner pressure. Lurry able to fight our way out. 1 more hit to seal the deal. We find the super. It's gonna be Lurry taking the first game.
Hey, whoa now. First time we thought it was going to take the game. Okay, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the one who's cursed. It happens. But Lurry doing a great job there, kind of using these items and calling out a lot of these defensive options that Lakey is throwing out, but Lakey is making it hard. Definitely taking that round there, doing some great things, getting that mix that Baiken is known for.
Yeah, I'm hoping, honestly, speaking of mix, I'm hoping we see whatever, like, PRC shenanigans we were seeing last time. Like, you know, the thing about, yeah, just 2 crossovers. I need that again.
I was gonna get hit. I need to see it, just for the love of the game, honestly.
I don't even, you know, if it works, it works. I just need to see more shenanigans. Oh, nice crawl under. Yeah, we're just winning. We're just chilling.
Yeah, we're just waiting. No need to. But look at that. The guard cancel parry on the mix. Every single hit connecting with the block, and you kind of either have to PRC it or not let it happen. Goes for the Escabari. Gonna be able to get some pressure started. Lurry, though, using this crawl so incredibly smart. Trying not to let Lakey get any pressure started, not any approaches going. Trying to get something into the face here of Lakey. The Blood Assault gonna get us some plus frames. Lurry using these buttons in neutral. Lakey just doing a great job at calling things out.
Able to find the routing burst on a deck, not going to activate it just due to that parry animation. Though, watch out! Mini Faust is right behind you. Oh, I love that hammer, just a lucky hammer falling down from the heavens to call us out. That Mini Faust going to be active, subbing all of our advantage we had far, far away. Is that gunshot gonna whiff as well, letting Lurry reach to the heavens and knock us back down. Finds the Mini Faust out yet again. You got to be wary of that. You can't really activate Mini Faust too errantly, especially in this scenario here.
Especially these kind of situations. Lakey able to clean up the round and the game at the same time, tying things up one apiece. You know, we're seeing Lurry do such a great job at getting these items out on the field, but not only are we seeing Lurry doing a great job at getting these items, but Lakey playing around them. It's such a hard skill to have in this matchup, because a lot of the times they could just be so ambiguously hard to see where they're going, like Mini Faust crawling back and forth on the ground. Don't know if they're going to be in your range, and it's an acquired skill that takes a lot of time to hone.
A lot of the time indeed, as we find a wonderful 5P. We find that 100 ton as well, gets a little bit more advantage. Finds a couple of those longer range buttons, though you did see that H-Cab come out from Lakey. We have seen some really good usage of that H-Cab. It's such like a lethal neutral tool, right? And especially various different matchups. You can't just run forward errantly, you kind of have to mess around with your timing. But we do have a fair chunk of damage on the side of Lurry, and I'm loving this dash block from Lakey just so we don't get tapped as we're running forward. Finds the super, we can get that positive bonus back.
In this situation, a hard knockdown after wall break is what you want, especially with that positive bonus. Goes for the safe jump. The whiff to grab from both of them. The neutral handshake from both sides. Coming in here, Lurry, though, not able to get the kill, but does get the run up with the snip. Give you a nice hairdo. Goes for the safe jump, but not able to get it there on the side of Lakey, going down one round. Lurry in a great spot here, kind of able to control neutral however they want. Lakey is getting that burst, but the Mini Faust does get activated, throwing these on the ground, gets the big thing here, the edge tether, stopping Lurry from picking up the Mini Faust, but does make it happen on the throw.
We have that bomb out. I love that dodge just IAD over. Not only does it deal with the option Lurry presented, but it gets us away from that explosive, the meteor. Okay, that one meteor clipped, forcing that guard crush onto Lakey, letting Lurry kind of get away with doing that scarecrow. So we do have that as Mini Faust, letting us find that confirm. We do eat the 100 ton, which is, I think, I mean, honestly, besides like meteors and maybe Mini Faust, one of the better items to eat in this scenario, because you can throw it out afterwards. You can do it for a lot with routing, especially if you watch like player like Skullduggers play. Definitely makes some great use of that. As we find the snip, we have the 100 meter. Don't even need the 100, just seal it out with the 50 right as the burst comes back.
100%. Lurry's so aware and so just so smart with the meter usage in a lot of these situations. We saw it during their run at Frosty's. I know I keep bringing it up, but it's just another example of how well these players are able to play, not just online, but also in person. Kind of the awareness for what Lakey was going to do, able to kind of move around these weird situations, especially because Lakey had so much meter on their side.
Duel 1.
So much meter. I mean, sometimes you can't, you know, go to the next game with it. You just gotta spend it. We do have the burst. We did spend it. We gotta watch out for that Mini Faust. You get triggered by that trumpet. Kind of unfortunate timing for us. The meteors doing wonderful work for us. We got a couple bombs on deck as we're gonna swing those towards Lakey right before they explode, just locking us down with a lot of this item spam, and we're just not able to move.
I mean, and it's so hard to use your defensive tools against this unconventional pressure sequencing with all the little items on the way, helping Lurry get the pressure started, and it's working here. 100 ton weight, gets the flyover to gets the 2-8, able to get the hole in twice in a row to break the wall, putting themselves on set point, but not able to get the win there off of that round start conversion. It's okay, though. Lakey been in this position once before, been down around, able to come back in one position. Gotta just kind of pull out those tricks, gotta pull out the bag and see what you got in it. Goes for the parry on the scalpel pull. Now Lurry getting a big OTG setup. The burst is gone from Lakey. The 100-ton weight ends up covering us. We're using the parry inside of neutral. Don't want to let Lurry get anything started. The bomb was way too far away. Super gonna allow us to break the wall.
Amazing job. We have that 50 still on deck and go for that safe jump. Goes for the super, but that's a YRC coming out, so the meter is gone. It's A-okay, we got that positive bonus, so it's right back. Forced to spend the burst. Fortunately, maybe a little bit of a hero burst as Lakey, moving on to the next round, has a chance to tie it up. Because of that spend right near the end of the round, we're at the minimum amount of burst coming into the last round of the game. But nice, we find that back throw. Potentially disastrous for Lakey as we don't have a burst back either. But the hammer messes up our confirm a little bit, just a little bit. We are able to still get the wall break.
I mean, a little bit weird of a confirm there with some of the buttons, but Lurry able to make it work. The PRC off, the AH Kabari gonna allow us to get in with 6P. You got all the meter in the world, Lurry, but how do you use it? Super, not really a viable option here. Gotta spend all 100 to super PRC it. And now you have the burst, but Lakey gonna be on that Baiken that uses meters so efficiently. Gonna throw out all the items, gets the meteors, gets the bombs, gets the afro. The bombs are right behind you. Does the super, ties it up. 2-2. We're going to a game 5.
Amazing job. We just kind of full sent it. Just went, yeah, I'm seeing the item super. Check this out.
It's like, just, I see you over there. Watch this gun. Like,
check this out.
it's like we had the we had the pit crew working on Lakey's sword in between the behemoth typhoons, and now we gotta have the doctors unsheathing a new scalpel for Lurry in between the games. Going in here, trying to get something started with the low, but Lurry able to just be so real with the confirm using that blue wild assault. Mini Faust ends up hitting as a meaty option. The pressure is going to be immense here. What great deflect shield though. Runs up for the tick throw off the bomb explosion. 50 meter in our pocket, but how do we plan to use it?
Oh me, oh my. I mean, honestly, if you're Lakey, you might not even get to spend the meter, as we do have that Mini Faust on that deck, but nice. The parry animation does let us live long enough to deal with the Mini Faust, but unfortunately reversal with the super finding its mark. Not getting able to spend that 50 meter as it's going to be going through to the next round set point. Yet again for Lurry, we are a little low on that burst. Lakey does have that in their advantage. But that... the bomb confirm? No, okay, just get a little bit extra damage.
A little bit too long on, a little bit too short on that fuse for the animation. You tried to get a little bit farther, hole in one, but oh no, got the snip whenever we didn't want it. The TK Yozansen gonna make for a great mix opportunity. Gonna be able to break the wall, gonna even up the meter advantage here. Lurry has it right now, but the parry off of the TK Yozansen round start burst on the side of Lakey. We're gonna get a big corner switch here. This is exactly what you want if you're Lurry. Gets the 100-ton weight to hit Lakey out of the sky. Gets the snip. Has the punish the fortunate Lurry able to close out the round with the superb item placement. Coming in here. Oh yeah. All right, everybody. Coming into our next match, we have pearlbot on the ABBA. Already seen them on stream, did such a great job putting up an amazing fight. And on the other side we have TestYourLuck. I believe we also saw them on stream already, so we got a little bit of a taste of what they can do. And now ABBA, or I should say pearlbot, being a chance to getting that wall stick there out of the force uninstall. A little bit of a good heads up routing there from pearlbot, able to break the wall, break in the face of TestYourLuck, and get this first round on the board.
Yeah, we are chilling. And see, okay, you're seeing Test Your Luck there go for like Fukio forward, but like kind of relent a little bit. So we go for like kind of tipper range close slash. Just so I believe that's so Probot can't really just back throw us or can't really check us for it. So amazing decision making there. We do have that high blood, but it's a-okay. Able to get that confirm after that change to Naga, where you can actually confirm off of that blood pop launch. But going into round 3, you're seeing Test Your Luck immediately play maybe a bit more passive, seeing a lot of those Fukio spends. We are getting very high on that blood. No Fukios for you. One special away from popping. You cannot play too aggressive. Gotta watch out for that burst. Robot not checking the 6H with the burst, maybe waiting for the bait. That's going to be Test Your Luck, not letting Probot move out of that corner, sealing the deal with a perfect.
One of these matches are so hard to... sometimes this magic can be so hard, especially if the Nagoriyuki you're playing against just kind of has a great feel for your habits as an ABBA player. I think there, Probot maybe wanted to delay the burst just a little bit more, thinking that TestYourLuck wouldn't go for the 6H, wouldn't go for something, but we end up saving that burst for GGST 2.0.
Oh my, what a check on the Beyblade round start. You see that little micro walk forward. Of course, Test Your Luck already popping. We don't have burst to save us, and this is ABBA damage. We have the special as well, or sorry, the super. Don't even need it. And that is Pearlbot punishing Test Your Luck for playing a little bit too aggressive. And we don't have burst either. Finding that 5H round start, calling out the more passive round starts we've been seeing from Test Your Luck. Finds the overhead, goes ahead for that door super just for a little bit more damage. We are content with the amount of Morha that we have. Decides to go for the overhead, but nice deflect shield, but it goes wide. Not able to find it. That is a counter hit. Pearlbot snowballing our way to tying up the set. She is on a roll.
That is exactly what you want to see after a first game like that. Test Your Luck was able to jump out front, get some big hits, get some great conversions, and Pearlbot just able to absolutely grab the reins and make what she wanted to of every interaction here. It can be so hard to interact with this mix that ABBA is able to just kind of force onto the opponent, in all honesty, but we will just see how Test Your Luck can adapt to these kind of situations. It can be hard on a character that has few defensive options.
I think what the answer is, and it's something that I've been saying a lot throughout the night, is I think we just need to play maybe a little bit slower, right? We've been seeing what Test Your Luck's kind of falling to is, again, just a lot of this blood spend, right? We either pop really early or end up getting caught up by playing, maybe a bit too passive. But just gotta find that kind of that middle ground of playing, not as fast, but maybe not too slow. Yeah. You gotta find that sweet spot.
And that sweet spot can be hard to find in some instances, though. But it's definitely something that's necessary to play versus a character like ABBA. And I think that Test Your Luck is kind of finding their rhythm now, able to get this pressure whenever they want, but kind of backing off, staying put with this high blood. A nice Beyblade. As soon as we transform into the Jealous Rage, let us get that hard knockdown. This is exactly what you want. You don't want Jealous Rage to be propagating any farther. Kind of slow it up, let it drain. Test Your Luck, able to get that game on the board in quick succession, snapping right back.
Maybe I was wrong about playing slow. Maybe we actually needed to double down and play like faster. I think that was the answer all along, actually.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Test Your Luck with was that 2 perfects?
I don't know. I do know in the set we saw from Pearlbot versus Insert, there was like 4 perfects in that game, and Pearlbot still found a way.
We lock in. It is a-okay. We've seen so many reversals of momentum. Pearlbot definitely has a chance to take it back in the driver's seat of the set. We're only 1 down after all. Test Your Luck still going to take 2 rounds.
Exactly. I mean, 2 rounds could be a lot in Guilty Gear land. And especially versus a character like ABBA with these amazing defensive options on the table.
Oh me, oh my, that DP comes out. Unfortunately, we are forced to spend that burst. We decided to Fukio forward. Gotta watch out for that blood. It is rising ever so slowly. Pearlbot taking advantage of that, calling us out with a run-up far slash. Goes for the full route. I want to say this is going to wall stick with the key grabs. We're able to get that double Morha gain. Do also have that hard knockdown. Test Your Luck does have deflect shield, does have that 50. so we can maybe decide to spend it. Yeah, goes for that YRC. Gotta watch out for that door super. No backdash, but we go for the Fukio, and that is not what we're looking for. Overhead doesn't find its mark, but we went for the throw. You can only do that with dash momentum.
Such a bad situation there for TestYourLuck. Not really able to be lucky in that situation. But anyways, though, gets a big key grab though. Pearlbot able to call out. Look at how high the blood is on TestYourLuck right now. Trying to backdash, trying to save some space, trying to not let Pearlbot go into more jealous rage. Gonna be able to break the wall here. Oh, goes for the JD safe jump. Oh,
okay, no, okay. We didn't backdash. I think, unfortunately, that super might have a bit longer startup. I actually need to test this. But that is supposed to safe jump. Blood, we are going to pop, so we are chilling. So Pearl does take this, brings us to a game 5. But I think maybe that super is just slow enough on the startup so that key grab starts to come out. I need to actually check that.
I wonder if that... Because I know that there are definitely a lot of safe jumps that only work versus 10 versus 9 frame reversals because of how long it takes for them to come out. Maybe that's one that works versus 9 frame reversals but doesn't work versus 10 frame reversals.
That'd be interesting to see. I gotta test that.
And I think it'd be really interesting to see because I don't think I've heard of a safe jump working like that before.
Well, how it works, just for all of you at home real quick, that setup, it's supposed to be like an OS as well as a safe jump, but regardless, I'm talking about some other stuff right now. TestYourLuck, putting Pearlbot through the ringer with a very nice BRC forward. Fortunately, Pearlbot able to RC the Rekka too, so you're able to get right back into that JR, don't even need it. And I love that decision making. We are seeing TestYourLuck not able to burst, not able to really kind of safely get out, as Pearlbot just went for that key.
Trying to wait.
Door super.
Oh no! Oh, the blood rage.
Door super.
And you're out of jealous rage. You got a door super here. The FD on the jump, making us not even take that chip damage. This is such a tense situation to be in. If you're Pearlbot, the overhead comes out from TestYourLuck. Might have ran out of FD. Might have ran out of stamina for the situation. We go on to the next round. TestYourLuck in a bad spot here. Gets hit by the 2H. Gets the overhead, or gets the jump over on the clone. But this is exactly what you want from TestYourLuck. A nice long combo using those far slash chains, and the Fukio backward gets called out. Pearlbot doing such a great job with these reads right now. Going for more, but the jealous rage is gonna run out. We get the force uninstall. You have to block, forcing Nagoriyuki into the corner. TestYourLuck is just finding a way out of these situations. No luck involved when you're able to create your own. Goes for the Beyblade setup, finds the overhead, gets a big hit, the 5H, gonna seal it out. Pearlbot plays so well, but TestYourLuck able to edge it out.
Generational run as we head into our next match. I mean, we've seen these players on stream before. At least I believe we've seen a Lurry definitely on stream before, as we get into our first losers quarters match of the Jeekly 87. We got Dany Elmaza on the left representing that trusty Kyle Kisuke. We had seen Dany represent the Bridget earlier against Lakey, I believe. Or is it not Lakey? It was one of them. But regardless, it was Peluna. But regardless, Lurry on that also reliable Faust. We've seen some definitely some tricky item shenanigans, let's say, on stream all night. So I'm very excited to see how Dany's going to be able to maneuver throughout these, but not if we get hit by that snip, snip, snip first. Gonna go ahead and hit that afro. Gotta watch out. Plus frames inbound. Goes to that JD, goes wide, and that's going to be Dany with a new hairdo. Paying off for Dany as we did see that high risk kind of, you know, pay off for us as we're able to secure that first game in a very rough scenario for Lurry. Burst ended up coming out just a bit, you know, not in our favor there as we were able to escape, but Dany just at the ready with his anti-airs. J2K going nowhere.
Yeah, especially in this situation. One thing that I think is really apparent to me is how strong Dany is in neutral, just absolutely locking down Lurry at almost every single turn. It kind of feels like even whenever they have, whenever Lurry is able to get these items out, whenever they're able to allow themselves to compete in this kind of neutral game, just Dany has every single answer. But the scalpel pull gonna allow us for some dirty tricks here. Throws out some items, gets the hammer, gets the stagger, and is able to make Dany flinch. Gets another throw, but now we have the mini Faust taking the spot of the bomb that we saw, but no, wasn't able to use that bomb to continue the combo off of the freeform Skulldugger's conversion. The back throw gonna end up happening here in Lurry. Puts a round up on the board.
Exactly what we're looking for. Kind of scrambling near the end there. Not in part, sorry, due to all the items on screen. Bomb ended up not going our way. We were able to find a thrust on Dany, just kind of running up in neutral. Burst not on deck just yet. We do have a couple bombs though, so that's going to be a little bit of a nice confirm for us. A little bit of damage. Can't go. Okay, I love that. We noticed that we couldn't go for the stun dipper just due to the fact that Banana being online. So we decided to reset the pressure with the Fuja arc. Unfortunately, it didn't really go our way. Lurry, one more clean route away, so long as that burst doesn't build a back up from sealing the deal, tying up the set. Dany in danger. We're going to be losing all of that meter if we aren't careful. Decides to spend it right before that happens. Gets that wall break with that shock state.
That's exactly what you want. This win condition is so strong for Kai in this situation. Has the positive bonus, has the shock state to make the next combo more hard to deal with and do a little bit more damage. But the far slash going to come out here from Dany, securing this round, making things back on an even playing field. This burst is going to do so much work here for Dany in neutral now. Lurry going to be able to get that tech throw off of far slash, letting things kind of develop how we want to. The JD, big burst bait, not going to let Dany get away with something like that. Gets the wall stick, has the item eat a little bit too high for the super, doesn't want to clip the kneecaps and not get the that wants to miss the feet. Now we've got 100 meter on our side. Has to use the YRC for the 6P. The J2K gets the corner switch. We're gonna see what we just saw. 6H item eat. 6H doesn't get the kill though.
1 HP in a dream. We were able to find the counter hit Fuja arc. We do have to worry about that 50 meter. Or maybe just the J2K to seal it out. No more stun dipper in this house as Lurry tying up the set, putting the hands on the screen, putting the hands on Kai.
Yeah, these are the kind of things that you got to be able to do in these situations. Lurry kind of locking in after that first game, allowing them to explore their options, use a bit different tools than Dany, able to kind of lock in. Will Dany be able to counter adapt and get back into this driver's seat of this set like they were after that first game?
We'll have to see as our third match is starting with Dany finding a very nice throw to get us started. Lurry able to burst out, though we do throw the 100-ton. Return to neutral though. Unfortunately, we weren't able to really dodge the 100-ton ourselves, so honestly, while it did disrupt Dany's pressure, it didn't really do much else.
Yes, going in now, using the Roman cancel to get a big hit there, but bursting himself into the corner as Dany gets a big far slash, has the trumpet, has the mini Faust brigade to protect us. The charge stun edge going to be able to let us approach in neutral here, but the JD will let us get the knockdown. Mini Faust able to cover us, but Dany heads up play, able to jump over the mini Faust and get us back into the grind of things.
Can we find the far slash? Crawling under the stun edge. Unfortunately, Thrust does not find its mark. Just keep throwing them out. Like, honestly, if they're working, just keep throwing them out. Oh, yeah, there we go. Find another one. What's the 30-second stun edge?
Yeah. Hey, okay, if I'm not dead, it's another option.
This is true. We find the snip. finds it again, gonna light the afro. Finds the 2H. It's such a long normal. Decides not to go for the super, saving her for the neutral afterwards.
Got the item.
We do have 100 meter.
100 meter there, and the item, the hammer, going to be able to cover our next situation. But Dany able to make things happen. The 5P though, you got to block after that PRC on the Foudre arc. 6P gonna try to be used in the approach. Dany understanding that there's no real reason to panic. No reason to use our burst. We might have lost the round, but we're winning the resource battle. So, we're going back in here. Another stun edge. Got to use another stun edge. Got to jump over the scalpel. We've seen Lurry try to use that as a call out neutral a bunch of times, and it hasn't really been working how we've expected. Goes for this Foudre arc. The gold burst to get us some positive bonus. This is definitely going to help us out a lot here.
Gonna hit J2K, gonna give us a ton of corner carry as well. And that's one thing as well about Faust's routes that is, I feel like particularly strong, is just the amount of corner carry you get from a lot of those mix loops. But Dany putting us back in the corner yet again, and that is a rough start to get hit by. Luckily the wall health was fairly low, so we actually didn't get as much damage as we would have otherwise. Nice block on the tap dust, little BRC slowdown, helping us react to it.
Especially in this kind of situation though, but Lurry able to turn the tide, gets a big DP bait here, has the explosion, able to get some items out on the field, uses the FD to kind of break and slow ourselves down. Dany doesn't want to use anything. The Scarecrow PRC has 50 meter on our side, but no way to get out of the combo. Lurry able to return a bad situation back to a winning position.
Yeah, and Dany maybe a little bit desperate for that throw there near the end. Wanted to close it out. Didn't really want to deal with, because Lurry still had that burst locked down. So we didn't want to deal with like maybe potentially an aggressive burst. So we ended up trying to go for that run-up throw. Didn't find it. Lurry able to take advantage of that counter hit to move up in the set 2-1.
In this kind of situation, you really don't want to count Dany out. Dany's been in this position so many times before. There have been countless lifetimes where Dany has been down one game in a set and came back, but we'll have to see if Lurry can defy reality of trying to make it whatever. Goes for the far slash, gets a big counter hit, has the Roman cancel to continue things. Shock State gonna let the HDP turn into a combo piece. Gonna be able to break that wall. Positive bonus, so much going on. What a nice 2P from Dany, recognizing that they were gonna appear on one side or the other, and having a button that allows you to control, allows you to read both options at once. It's really nice here. Dany able to get that first round on the board.
Trying to tie up the set, bring us to another game 5 of the night. But of course, Lurry at the ready with these items. We do have that Afro if we're able to force it Dany back, but of course not gonna be able to just because we do get that wall break, that positive bonus. That burst gonna be building up fast as oh my, building up very fast here for Dany. Gonna be getting that deflect shield back online shortly, especially after the step with the amount of hits this command grab gives. But my friend, that is not a safe jab. Welcome back to the corner. Hope you enjoyed your stay. We're actually gonna be sending you through the wall. Well said.
Daniel Maza and Kai Airlines gonna go into the air for that SDP, but things aren't gonna work out. It's a big wall bounce, and Lurry taking you to basketball camp the way we're bouncing off the wall, off the ground, throwing the items and shooting and scoring. Now Dany able to get another big HDP. We take one conversion, link it into another, and Dany is sending us to game 5.
A game 5 slug fest. Both players fighting their heart out, trying to get into that top 4 position here tonight. Dany got the positive bonus, didn't even need the burst. It was like, you know, I'm fine, I'm chilling.
I mean, kind of this patience can be such a great factor in these situations. Understanding when to use a resource and when not to can play a big factor in a game. And now going for the TK Fireball to start off the round. Maybe wanted to get Shock State, maybe wanted to cover as many options as possible. This far slash doing a lot of good for us. Crawl going underneath the stun edge, but not the end of the world. Gets out of the way, picks up the trumpet, using such great tools in neutral right now, trying to trade these positions, not wanting to let Lurry get a single inch, activating the mini Faust a little bit earlier, and now Lurry makes his approach, going from the snip, able to get things going, has the super, breaks the wall. Gonna have a hard knockdown. Bone crushing excitement is exactly what we want.
Alright, going through that wall. Deflect shield, gonna be online here shortly. I don't think Dany is one to really actively spend it though, at least against Faust. Just going for that looping pressure, finds the bone crushing excitement yet again. Excited to go through the wall, that is. Is that hitting our shins? It is painful. Did you see the expression? That hurt. Look at the health. That's low.
I mean, it's bone crushing. It's bone crushing.
Exactly. Nice YRC on the tap dust. We do have a 100-meter on the side of Lurry though, so we can just kind of play. I feel like that's something as well that just kind of happens like here when you have 100 meters. You just start playing belligerent. You're like, yeah, try me, see what happens.
Hey, super
What are you
PRC,
gonna do, stop me?
Super PRC might be dead in a metaphorical sense, in no more 50-meter PRC super, but if you have a 100-meter, it's still a great defensive option. And now, going into this situation, Dany has a little bit of a fro, trying to get styled out, but doesn't want to lose for it, doesn't want to let Lurry get any of these fire emojis out onto the field. It dissipates. We go for the Foudre arc backdashing, not wanting to be 2-, tries to punish the mix. Things don't happen. 100-ton weight hits you on top of the head. No padding to speak of. Hammer gonna cover the situation. 2K tap dust, able to RC up. Wanted to try and bait a burst there, but things don't really happen the way we want to. Jumps over the bomb, has to take the guard crush from the hair explosion. Gets the bag toss. Lurry doing such a great job at keeping pressure with these J2Ks, making Dany work. And now Dany has the conversion, has the RC. HDP gonna send us through the wall. Dire Clot. DP gonna send us to final game, final round, returning a situation that was so bad at one point in time into a winning interaction. But Lurry not really having it. Mix. Conversion's gonna take us from one side to the other.
Oh my, because of that mini Faust as well, we were able to continue that route to get that wall break. Such a strong position for Lurry as we do once we get that burst out. It's one to two more interactions so we are safely out of the set into that top 4 position. Bomb gonna go out, tap that Kai, trying to press some buttons, and that should be it. Bomb should be enough. Lurry gonna move on to your top 4 position, move on to your losers semi-finals here tonight.
Both of these players making such a great run into losers quarterfinals. We have Cheryo on the Goldlewis, putting on a great show versus RedIAmNot a little bit earlier, but not able to pull it through, able to get their final chance inside of the losers bracket to bring home the gold. But test your luck, making it to losers finals, having a nail biter versus pearlbot, going in for the conversion here, showing that they got the momentum on their side, going for that 6K super aggressive play, gets the throw, and that's how you want to start it out if you're test your luck.
I mean, we really were testing our luck with that Fukio up throw, just a quick little jump scare. But I mean, Cheryo not going out without a fight, finds a very nice far slash. Okay, we're chilling a little bit, finds that far slash dagger.
Trying to get something started here. You're at such high blood, but ooh, what a great throw. Recognizing the JD wall bounce, trying to get something started here. Not enough meter to continue the combo and drain some blood, but that wild assault can allow for great things to start. Far slash, kind of poking, trying to manage this blood a little bit. Gets the 6H RC, 6H, and that's how you close out game 1 for Test Your Luck. But Cheryo not out of it yet. Both of these characters can turn things around in a cinch, with both of them doing extreme amounts of damage.
I mean, yeah, we were seeing that as well. I mean, even against these big bodies with those like really high health totals, right? Goldlewis and especially Nago as well can both just shred your life bar no matter the total. So definitely maybe some, you know, a lot of players aren't used to, at least when you're going into these matchups, because you're used to maybe being a bit tanky, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
But regardless, we're getting into our next game of the set. Nice call out on the 486. Test your luck. As I say, bring us closer to that corner here, able to find the 5H. Blood getting a little high, gotta play careful, it is draining. Are able to find the tap dust. We are at level 3 as well, so this should seal the deal. Test your luck, playing on fire.
Their luck is getting tested. They're pretty lucky right now. I made this joke twice, and it doesn't get old every time. But now, going in here, gets the big call on the Beyblade back, goes for the Fukio to try and bait out a burst, but things don't exactly work the way we want. 5K is going to get the clash, trying to win neutral, win these situations. White Wild Assault does get called out, does get blocked. 50-meter on the side of Cheryo. How are we going to use it? Are we going to allow for some sort of comeback in this situation? Look at that risk. Oh, so much damage vaporized off the face of the planet. Test Your Luck is kind of steamrolling right now.
Hold on, I'm gonna check the replay quick. Was that a 30? Was that like that was more than 30%, right? I don't even think we entered like the right. Oh my, yeah, that didn't even trigger guts yet. I don't think. Oh my, oh my. That didn't even. That wasn't even near like 30%. That was just you just died.
Dude,
that's 6H. That's just 6H. Oh no, Risk. Okay. Risk was a little bit cranked. Just a little bit.
The risk changes is so funny, being way more front-loaded but making for lower combo damage overall. But it definitely makes for funny situations like that. Test Your Luck, making the most of these situations. But Cheryo able to get something started here. All that security gauge, all that tension. 1 turn, 2 turn, 3. Turning that butter, breaking that wall. Look at how much damage Cheryo clapped back with in the very next round.
And I mean, that's exactly what we were talking about, right? I mean, both Nago, both Goldlewis, there you go. Just chunk through your health, especially, I mean, even if you're at those higher life totals like Potemkin, like, you know, Bedman, like all of those tankier characters. So definitely a little bit of a jump scare. Though Nagoriyuki is definitely a bit more susceptible to it, because I mean, once you have that higher blood, you do take more damage.
Oh yeah, 100%. It really does matter, especially with this aggressive play style that Test Your Luck has, kind of trying to use these Fukios, trying to use these big normals to get in on you, not really wanting to let you breathe for a single moment. The Beyblade Samurai mix, though, does catch the overhead, and now going to be able to put themselves on set point. Backdashing that overhead Behemoth Typhoon close slash into the 5K. Got to go for the far slash strength. Manage blood a little bit. Tried to go for the JD wall bounce, but the grab gets called out. We're not on that high of blood, but we're still going to take a lot of damage here.
Okay, Burst, we're just swapping positions in the corner. It's like, no, it's actually my turn on pressure. But 5P gonna go a bit astray. We're not able to really make too much use of it, but it looks like Cheryo staying alive, putting a point on the board with a very nice blocked YRC into counter hit finish. Amazing job.
I mean, this has been the story of Game 5 situations. Test Your Luck has been kind of able to steamroll so far, but maybe your prediction comes true. Maybe we do get another 3-2 set here with the way Cheryo was able to lock in and change the tides in that most recent game.
I mean, here's hoping. More Game 5s means more gear action. We get to watch more really tense sets. So we're heading into our game 4. Cheryo, again, still alive, found a wonderful finish in that last game. 6P gonna be able to do exactly what we want. Force Test Your Luck to spend that burst or eat a fair chunk of damage. Nice check on the Fukio as well. The 2P doing so much work for us. So we're gonna force Test Your Luck back into that corner immediately. Use our security gauge, or maybe not. Maybe we don't even need to. We'll have to see as well. Though we do have it for like that drone if we need to.
For all 3 of those Fukios, blood's gonna build up so incredibly fast. Trying to go for something here. Goes for the swang in that thing, but able to use the PRC to get in, keep things moving along. Cheryo kind of making a strong fight back, but Test Your Luck makes a big 5K call out. Blood's gonna build really fast. We got high levels, but that damage is gonna make up for it more than likely. Bar slash gets the PRC, gonna try to manage a little bit more blood. We're down to 2, kind of draining just a little bit. 2K, 2D, goes to the 2S, gets a big counter hit, but doesn't have the blood to make up for it. Going in, trying to get these 5Hs, trying to get in. We're just kind of flailing in neutral. This is not where you want to be if you Test Your Luck.
We did have enough time to lower that blood a little bit, so we can play just a little bit aggressive though. I was gonna say maybe you gotta watch out because you're about to pop if Cheryo was ready with the block. Unfortunately, was not. The overhead catches Test Your Luck back on set point. We do have no burst left in the tank, but it is A-okay. We can fight our way out. We got those a lot of really smart like 5P representation. So we definitely are able to fight our way out, but not if Cheryo finds that low, sending us through the wall. Unfortunately, no churn on the super. So we actually unfortunately end up getting it. We do find a nice counter. It's going to lower the blood even more. Going to watch out for the 100-meter cash out. That's if Cheryo decides to go for it. We went for the tap dust at the worst time. That's a 100-meter special. If that didn't work, that was just a PRC.
I mean, 100%. Cheryo barking back pretty quickly. Test your luck is luck, maybe ran out. I'm going to keep doing it as long as they're in bracket. I swear, you guys are going to hate me. But going in, though, Cheryo is doing a great job of reversing the situation. Kind of seems like they have a lock on what's going to be going on here.
All I know, Ukyo, is that this is another game 5 we are looking at here tonight, starting us off with a wonderful IB. That 2P gonna check us, force us to spend that burst. We want to keep our positional advantage, but unfortunately for ourselves in the corner, we don't have a burst to deal with this counter hit 2D. We do have 50 meter as well, so potentially, I mean, with Goldlewis, the next interaction is just death.
100%, especially if you're such a high blood like this, but Test Your Luck is kind of not really feeling it. Trying to jump in, getting that big 2S, and now we're just one hit away from both sides, but the big counter hit Behemoth Typhoon, that's not what you want to see if you're Test Your Luck. Cheryo on the verge of picking up that broom that's right beside McSmitty and sweeping right back the 6K. Gonna allow us to get things started.
Oh no!
Oh,
no, it dropped! No! Yo, I was scared for Test Your Luck there for a second. Able to backdash the 486 this time. We do find a nice counter hit 6H. Able to find the bite. It is party time, ladies and gentlemen. We do find another bite. Third burst, same as the first. No, it is not, as we're able to find the reversal super. We do have that 100 security for the drone. Decides to spend it for the security cancels. And that should be enough to seal the deal. One OTG will do it. We don't find it. We have a chance. Test Your Luck has one last chance. We have 50 meter. Gonna watch out for it. Blood gonna be so high. Gonna watch out. White Water Assault doesn't find its mark. It got it still so close. And the JK gonna seal the deal. Test Your Luck. 1 HP in a dream. Gonna go quietly into the night as all right. All right, everybody. Jeekly 87 winners finals. You know how it is. We got RedIAmNot coming in on the left, making a fight for their life to get into grand finals as Peluna with an amazing run, honestly, against Test Your Luck. I want to say it was Test Your Luck. No, it was not. It was Dany. See, it's you know, so much gear action. I'm too hyped. But regardless, making an insane run. Yeah, this is true. Regardless, through the wall, Peluna gonna have to fight their way. Uphill battle already, as we do have Goldlewis with that health total, and already RedIAmNot securing the round. An amazing first round.
Yeah, going in here, Peluna kind of has to make an uphill battle here. So much damage on the side of RedIAmNot Goldlewis, but just so much commanding neutral also. But Peluna here trying to give themselves an opportunity to interact, trying to make something happen. Going in for the ice pillar. Get that forward momentum anyways. The hard knockdown from the blast, and now the overhead just gonna seal the deal. Peluna in such a bad way with his RedIAmNot pressure bearing down.
I mean, that Goldlewis is scary. You're gonna have to see if we can find our adaptations. Yeah, I mean, just taking a look at that replay, right? Red just dash blocking. We're not afraid. We find that route. We're chilling. Finds the overhead. It's okay. We block it. Just go for it again. We got those security cancels on lock.
I mean, but definitely not out of it. Yeah, again, this is guilty gear. That Wings of Light can melt health off of that health bar. Give you all the red you can need. The JD gonna be coming out now. Gotta try and use that 5H. RedIAmNot gonna be able to break that ice floor though. Goes for the overhead, goes for the load, trying to get something started. Big counter hit, but not off of a Typhoon that we can use in that situation. Had no security gauge to cancel it with. Going for the overhead, going for the low, going for the turn, but barely surviving. Peluna got a fighting chance here.
Oh no, we got clipped by the one bullet, not letting us get our advantage started. RedIAmNot clipping us with a 6P. Amazing job trying to move on to a 2-0 lead. But of course, I mean, tonight, honestly, the 2-0 leads haven't been really meaning much. We've just been locked in.
100%. You know, Clinic could be the next one. We haven't really seen that turn happen in the winner's side so far, but the overhead coming in, RedIAmNot kind of looking in top form tonight. Goes for the overhead, tries to go for a little bit of a cheeky burst bait, but it doesn't end up mattering. Peluna knows she's not dead, knows that she's in this driver's seat position, but has to go for a bold burst. Gets that positive bonus in the forward momentum, allowing us to use that Typhoon to go up 2-0.
2-0. One more game is all we need. Such an amazing job. You're going to see in that replay as well. Red just perfectly content just to block out all of these ice spikes. And the second we see that floor come out, we're like, all right, we're chilling. I got time. I'm close enough. I'm slamming that behemoth.
All right. Sometimes you just gotta rotate and churn that butter. Sometimes you just got to.
The butter has been churned. It's already on my toast.
But like, you're not exactly toasted yet till you get the butter. Nah, I mean, for the close /2H, able to get the big conversion here. Peluna kind of just shaving off that health a little bit of a time. Big body has so much health on RedIAmNot side. Walks away, but oh no, the hard knockdown. Wants to get that burst. Peluna does not want to be on the receiving end of a hard knockdown situation from good old dandy Goldlewis. Gonna be able to break the wall, but doesn't get the kill. Maybe thought we would. Only so much time left on those wings of light until they activate.
Okay, Ice Spike goes wide. It goes to the BRC. One tap will do it, but we'll have to see if Red is able to secure this out before Peluna is able to find it. And they are. RedIAmNot on a set point in winners finals, looking to go to winners side of grand finals without dropping game, at least in winners finals. 3-0 finish looking more and more likely. Of course, Peluna not out of this just yet, though we are stuck in the corner, but wonderful backdash on the 486. Definitely showing that we're still locked in and we're not, you know, we're chilling. We're not zoned out.
These IBs are coming out from RedIAmNot right now. Your space is such a great point. You can just kind of keep doing these Typhoons, but you can't be punished for it. But you don't really have to confirm into a cancel. You're kind of just slowly chipping away. Gets a big counter hit. Has the air Typhoon to seal it. Peluna gonna go down to losers finals, but not out of this tournament yet. RedIAmNot.
What I know is that they're both North Carolina, and that's about it.
Hell yeah. Right. Going in here to this next round, we got Lurry on the Faust, making a great run so far, showing us that this character really can put up a great fight if in the right hands. Cheryo, though, having to make it in here, though. You don't get into top 8, especially this far into top 8, without being a strong player for yourself. Slow's coming in, gets a big counter hit on the 2D, has the behemoth Typhoons. This is going to be so much damage. That's the exact kind of hit you want. Turning butter 1, 2, 3 times. Going to get the wall break, and now going to be able to push to that hard knockdown, positive bonus, and all the security gauge we could want on our side. Things are going to be hard to deal with if you're Lurry.
Though we do have that Afro online, goes to the snip loops, just a bit more damage, though we are just going to set it on fire this time, just try to get some plus frames. Nice call out on the run up. Okay, yeah, we're choosing not to burst here, that resource a bit too precious. But I mean, Lurry definitely taking advantage of that. We do have that 50 meter, one more hit should seal the deal, but that JD still active enough to clip on the beginning. Amazing job. Cheryo, that was Cheryo's round to lose. Lurry almost taking it back, but hold on, did I just see 6H just dodge a behemoth?
Call it tech. Call it a little bit of tech. You were right about, maybe you were right on that maybe 6th or 7th layer. Gotta dig deep if you're constantly playing this kind of matchup over and over and over again with the far slash, kind of controlling neutral. Lurry being so patient, the FD flicker trying to bias, catch us off with the flashing quick lights. Kind of scary in these situations. Going back, throws out the trumpet, not able to get it though. Cheryo able to get it first. PRCs to keep himself safe instead of just going through with the snip. Cheryo able to enforce this pressure. for YRC coming out. A resource war indeed. Lurry doesn't really have much. Cheryo pretty much has everything. The health lead, the life lead, the tension lead, but Lurry able to get things started and continue things going.
That was the deepest run-up I think I've seen. We actually just, okay, but just crawl under every single bullet real quick. Just Goldlewis, you gotta aim a little bit lower. Regardless, coming into a little cheeky 2K2D. Dude, just tap the toes real quick. Last round of the first game. Cheryo immediately putting the screws to Lurry in that corner. Throw gets attacked, but unfortunately not able to fight our way out, as one more hit, honestly, will seal the deal. We do have that burst though, just gotta spend it aggressively because you cannot afford to get hit.
You know, especially in these kind of situations, Cheryo, even though they are on the back foot with this snip, has the JD, the bounce is gonna end up happening, has the burst to spin, has the life lead, has the drone and the security to be able to spend on getting in, but Lurry is kind of just showing the power of Faust, how these new items can affect neutral and how hard they can be to let you get out of these situations. Goes for the throw tech in the air. Lurry able to get a big conversion off of this, has the bone crushing excitement, gonna be able to send us through the wall, but Cheryo playing that big boy, no idea if it's gonna kill or not, barely lives, one tickle away from death. The BRC back to punish the tap dust. What a read from Cheryo with that white wild assault.
1 HP in a dream. I didn't want to call it, but I was like, I'm like, scaling's just too high. Unfortunately, wasn't able to secure it out. Literally the magic pixel with the right read on the tap dust. Cheryo moves on the lead here with a 1-0. Takes the first game, of course. Such a close first game, Lurry. Definitely not going out without a fight. We'll have to see if we're able to salvage, really stabilize, I guess, in the further the games of the set. But of course, Cheryo already starting us off very strong with the throw here.
First game already happening in the set, trying to get some type of coverage started. Lurry not afraid to throw these items out. It's been a tale that we've seen so far, letting the bomb throw the conversion, but not really able to get much after that kind of situation. Goes for the Typhoon, able to throw the 100-ton weight, and now they're kind of stuck in this pressure. Big counter hit coming from Cheryo, just able to use these resources to continue the combo. Breaking the spine of the doctor, have to have that repaired.
He is the doctor. Faust repairs it himself. Okay, we do have that banana peel on lock. Okay, we get that. The Afro is lit on fire. Are able to get a route off from it. Just choosing to save the burst. We do eat that donut. A little bit more health on standby. Fortunately, not able to get a super wall break. We do have that 50 to spend. We do have Mini Faust online. Just gotta find a safe moment to get him online and in the field. We find that thrust as well. Just a little bit more plus range. Second burst is now online, and there it is, just letting Lurry escape. They're choosing not to RC the command grab, as that's going to be Cheryo finding the reversal. One more hit will seal the deal. Yeah, just go for the BRC, find the throw.
Oh, but it didn't kill the OTG. It does allow for the pickup though. One tied up situation for us. Lurry able to breathe some life back into the set, but Cheryo kind of okay with that. Burst still on their side, able to IV the situation, has the mini Faust, gets the 6P, kind of enacts that guard crush, gets those plus frames. The meteor is going to come down. It's so hard to block in these situations. Gonna try to get something started here, but going back and forth, trying to be a little bit more patient, not wanting to let Cheryo get on top of you, and that's so understandable. Big man Millia coming out with the JH, but it doesn't end up working. That's the kind of pickup you want to see if you're Cheryo. We go for one, we go for another, we break the wall, and there it is. Cheryo gonna go up in this set 2-0.
2-0, and I mean, I'd call it, I'd say, you know, Cheryo's making a tear through, but each game has been so incredibly close. And beyond that, and all the game 5s here tonight, I would not be surprised if Lurry like breaks out the anti Goldlewis, you know, handbook and just locks in.
especially in this kind of situation where you're already in the money, but wouldn't mind a little bit more. But Cheryo able to use these typhoons so effectively in neutral, not letting Lurry get away with anything in any situation. Goes for this combo, kind of a little bit of a little bit dirty reset, but the 2K gonna end up coming out from the Scarecrow. PRC trading on the Skyfish. Cheryo not really having it though, knows that all they gotta do is get one hit, a big 6 feet coming out. Goes for the BRC. Kind of can't leave yourself hanging here. Big overhead, gets the air typhoon to close it out. Cheryo is on set point.
On the verge of a 3-0 to move into losers finals to fight Peluna. But of course, we're not into that set just yet. Lurry has a chance, but unfortunately 486 gonna find a clean counter hit. Fortunately, the route drops. One more interaction is all Cheryo needs, but Lurry ready with the FDs, forcing Cheryo out. Nice backdash on the 100-ton. We do have the bomb online as well. Cheryo just not able to close it out just yet. Lurry trying to find a position, trying to stabilize. Mini Faust online. We are able to start get a proper pressure going. Had to disengage a little bit of Uki. I don't know if you saw the IBFD there.
I mean, in these kind of situations, Cheryo's just being so aggressive, not letting Lurry breathe much of anything, not really letting them have these opportunities to get these items out, but Lurry doesn't really care, gets the 6. Anyways, we're going for command normal wall breaks around here. Goes for the overhead, has the Typhoon cancel into the low. Trying to just bide time, trying to bide space, not really trying to let Lurry have their way, but the super's gonna come out as the mini Faust tries to activate a little bit earlier so it doesn't stop their combo or conversion, doesn't want to use the burst, but now you're just kind of playing Lurry's game, has the meter, has the ability to finish it out before the burst comes onto the side of Lurry. 3-0 in Cheryo's favor. Gonna go see Peluna and winners or losers finals. Chicken wings.
That is a very good one. As we are getting into our losers finals match of the Jeekly 87, we got Peluna making a great run. Unfortunately, lost to RedIAmNot 3-0 in winners of finals. But of course, Cheryo making a 3-0 of their own against Lurry to get to this position. Winner of this goes on Grand loser side to fight RedIAmNot. No matter what, it is a run back. So we have to see if the winner of this is kind of locked in, kind of like taking their notes. Of course, Peluna starting us off very strong. Cheryo with an aggressive gold burst, not wanting to let Wings of Light really get started at all.
I mean, can you really blame him though? The amount of damage that Peluna has been able to put on to display with these specific routings, especially with the TOD they were able to show, that was kind of crazy. But going in here, Peluna doesn't even really need the TOD here, just going for the mix, going for the overhead. A lot of the dizzies you see go for fish set, cross up low, but kind of putting that into a different perspective and showing that there is mix to be had.
Yeah, finding that air back dash at JP overhead just to seal the deal. Resets the Wings of Light, I believe, just to reset the timer. Regardless, you are able to force the burst out from Cheryo, so Wings of Light is offline regardless anyway. Tries to go for the same kind of run up after the Ice War as RedIAmNot did actually, but unfortunately not able to find much purchase.
Tried to go for kind of like a dash slow set up there using that meter, but look at the reversal from Peluna. Be able to spin the meter, gets a great conversion here, but no tension to be able to use Wings of Light. Left-right situation off of the fish set. Gonna go for the deflect shield, tries to get them out of their face, and now Cheryo gonna be able to get a big hit with the drone. This is exactly what you want. Goes for the right throw setup. You kind of gotta worry about what's gonna happen next. The BRC setup, tried to go for a fuzzy, gets a big close slash hit, and that's exactly what you want if you're Cheryo. So close to losing this first game, but able to pull it back with a couple of swings of the coffin.
Just a couple swings is all we need, but Peluna on a tear already in the last round of game 1. Unfortunately, 6H does go wide, a little bit of a spacing issue on that one. Deflection on the 486, trying to force Goldlewis out immediately. We've seen what happens when you hold kind of Goldlewis pressure. You just either endlessly looping and then you're just raising the risk and then you die, or you find that counter hit and die. So I love that deflection use.
Big 6-8, that guard crush kind of situation going, has the time available, able to pick up and finish the combo. Peluna's routing is so incredibly impressive. I don't think I'd be seeing Dizzy players doing stuff like this. That's insane. Oh my god.
And the fun thing is as well, I don't even think we were close enough for Wings of Light to even do damage. That was just gonna kill anyway.
The also just had no real tension anyway, so the Wings of Light were just style points at that point.
I mean, you gotta look cool while you're doing it.
Mental damage matters just as much as physical.
This is true. But getting started in the second game here doesn't set the ice floor, though that is a little bit rough here for us. We do have that Wings of Light set up. Under 30%. Oh, that's rough. That's bad.
Oh,
yeah, that is going to be a wall break. Peluna, not even needing the Winds of Light damage.
Maybe they did have those chicken wings I was talking about. Able to get that big, you know, eating is an important part of being able to compete. Eating, sleeping, you got to be able to do all these things to be at the top of your game. But Cheryo may have eaten their Cheerios this morning, had a chance to get something started here, doing a great job in neutral, not letting these situations run out. OTG with the close lines, goes up for the run-up throw. Strike throw is so scary versus the character like Goldlewis. You get hit with a coffin or a close slash, you're going to be sent through the wall, but you can't let them get that Oki, let them get that mix. And now Peluna has exactly what she wants, able to kind of set up Wings of Light, set up the ice floor, kind of make Cheryo struggle in coming to her. Now you got it slowly sapping away life and making things hard to approach.
We finally find a clean hit in the form of the ice spike. Are able to find that wall break, but not before Cheryo finds that burst, finds the air throw on the low air dash, and oh me oh my, we are looking at a 2-0 lead in Peluna.
Look at that, great conversion going up, and as you said, Medi, going up 2-0 in the set right now. This is a stark contrast from what we saw in the set versus RedIAmNot. She really wants a chance to get back at RedIAmNot for putting her into losers.
Yeah, and I mean, again, we're taking notes, we're using the chance to get a little bit of Goldlewis experience before we pop into that grand finals, assuming Cheryo doesn't bust out the brooms. I still got him out from the broom closet, so we'll see if we get a game 5 losers finals.
I mean, them brooms have getting heavy use today, Medi. I definitely wouldn't put them away, especially when we get to grand finals with the way that both of these players are playing. Hard knockdown, they set up the ice floor, kind of makes it hard to approach, can't really punish the Wings of Light in that situation. It's the ice floor break, hard knockdown off of any hit now. Goes into this situation, gets the Wings of Light. So much damage going to be happening, but not enough to close it out. Has to get the 2K 2D wall break.
Amazing job, Peluna on set point. Burst is equalized. Cheryo has come back from worse positions before, so I'll have to see if we're able to do it, or if this Dizzy a champion is too much to conquer. If Peluna is just too strong at the moment, but right now we're stuck in the corner trying to find our way out. Burst gets baited. We have the meter. We have the Wings of Light set up. Just goes for the wall slump. Finds the tap dust. And that is going to be Peluna moving on to grand finals. Ending it off. Grand finals here tonight. Final set. I mean, we're looking at Dizzy. We're looking at Goldlewis. A little scary, not going to lie.
Definitely can be, but both of these players are up to the task. You don't get here for no reason. Going into grand finals here, we have Peluna coming up from the loser's side, trying her absolute best to avenge the loss that RedIAmNot, the winner's side applicant, has given her. Peluna trying to get some neutral started, trying to not let RedIAmNot approach to that degree, but RedIAmNot kind of has a great thing started here. Big hit from Peluna, able to enforce this game plan, the strike throw, but what a good read. Using that IAD back JD to call it out, getting such a big hit, converting into more situations. Ice floor gonna come up, makes it so hard, but we have the forward advancing movement. Uses the BRC, gets a big counter hit, and you gotta burst that if you're Peluna. You're gonna be losing all of your life if you don't.
Such a rough situation to be in as reversal super goes wide. No. RedIAmNot securing the first round of grand finals burst. Not on deck for Peluna. Maybe a little bit of hero spend. Have to see if we're able to fight our way out at the moment. We got RedIAmNot on a wall break. Got Wings of Light active, looking to gain as much attention as we can just to have that damage from that special as soon as it goes live, of course. But not if we find that white wall to sell reversal finally finds its mark as well. I think this is the second time we've actually seen Peluna represent that reversal, like in that reversal sense anyway.
And it's so important for a lot of these situations to be able to represent that reversal. RedIAmNot and Goldlewis as a character is one that can heavily sway things in their favor. Look at this damage from that situation. Turning that butter, using that level 3, all of that red health kind of just falling away from Peluna. But the reversal is going to come back out. We got a chance to breathe. All of the damage is done. Crisis averted. Crisis averted.
Crisis averted. We almost just got robbed. Like that was almost over. Okay, the fish catches where the ice spike doesn't. RedIAmNot running up with that drone. Unfortunately, for Peluna, gets caught by that behemoth, and this should seal the deal. RedIAmNot gonna be taking the first game in grands with some really clean routing. A little bit scary end of the first round, or second round, sorry, but definitely scary. Like I was like, oh my.
Yeah.
Like what? I'm still.
Especially whenever you're able to get into those situations where one hit can seal it. It seems like you're walking on thin ice. It really does.
I was still flabbergasted by the previous round. Like I was looking at that, like there's no way that did that did so much damage.
Yeah, that's in these kind of situations, if you're Peluna, you kind of gotta shake those rounds off. You gotta shake those games off because the set's long, and especially if you're in these grand finals, you gotta have the mental fortitude to make a reverse like that. But RedIAmNot being patient, using slow dash blocking, approaching, bullying in, being that loser that Goldlewis can be at times. Big bar slash, disjointed, trying to get something started. Gets a big run up. We use that speed, that Valentine speed that all of the gears seem to have in some relation to each other, but gets a big jump, trying to go for a big conversion here. Big man Millia gonna leap over here with the JH, but oh no, the big pop from the floor, but doesn't get far enough. Big man Millia too slow on the ground, has to resort to the air next time maybe.
Yeah, and we find the 6P to call out potentially the far slash, potentially a 5K. Ends up working out for us. So you just just run up 6P. Like, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna stop me? I have the coffin. I'm scary. Also, just the chip damage alone, because that's, oh my.
Are you dead?
Oh my god. Okay, we're not dead yet. One more hit, and we're dead. One more. Yep, there's the 6P. That is RedIAmNot with a perfect, sitting in 2-0 grand finals, looking to secure a 3-0 not only in winners finals but in grand finals as well, looking to make the tradition.
Maybe tried to, I think Chrome Dollar is right there, pointing out that Peluna maybe tried to time a backdash to a behemoth, but got called out. RedIAmNot is on set point. Peluna kind of on the ropes here. What exactly can she do to rework the situation, get things back into her control?
That throw is a great way to get us back in control as well, as you're able to safely set up that ice floor. But unfortunately, 6P goes wide, end up getting clipped by the minigun. Okay, but Red maybe a little bit too active, ends up getting caught by the Ice Spike. We do have that Wings of Light active as well, but with a wonderful IB on the Ice Spike, we're not really getting pushed out. Oh, yeah, we're actually able to confirm off this. Because of the Ice 4, however, gravity's a little bit too high.
Little YRC there from Peluna, able to get things started back on offense again, but what a backdash from RedIAmNot, showing some pretty strong understanding of the matchup. JH gonna be able to get the corner here, has to go for the Roman cancel, routing I've never seen before, has the gun out, shoot to win. RedIAmNot is on set point.
All right, we are in potentially the last round of grand finals, but Peluna not making it easy, just chilling, decides not to go for the wall break or a wall slump, just letting the Wings of Light do its job. Playing really evasive right now because we've seen what happens when Goldlewis finds that counter hit. Oh me, oh my, finds the throw. We're gonna go for another one. No, just has to go for the overhead. One more hit to seal the deal. Peluna with a wonderful tech, and Peluna's still in this.
But you gotta, in these situations, Peluna trying to claw back from a 2-0 deficit. One round already in the hole, but a tap dust like that with the fish on the field really does help. If you're RedIAmNot, what do you do here? You gotta bulldog in. You gotta be patient. Resets the Wings of Light. Maybe thought that they would have been gone after the blocking, but goes for the fuzzy setup with the JK. Gets a big
This is
burst
it.
rate. So much damage on the table here, but no, not enough to kill. One more interaction for RedIAmNot to send us to this situation. The BRC forces out the burst. Now you got the homing drone. You got to be hitting in the big man. Millia JH. RedIAmNot is your Jeekly champion. But thank you so much for watching this bracket with us. I am Yukio, happy to be returning as always. Thank you so much for commentating with me, Medi. It's been a lot of fun, homie. It's been a lot of fun.